Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RGL Network presents a special presentation of Hockey Bones. Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I've streamed. 2 weeks, as a matter of fact, since the Inside Pitch 1983 season ended. And so we still got plenty of time before we start the 1999 season at Inside Pitch. But I would like to get other things on the board, so I thought I'd start with a little bit of hockey, especially after yesterday with my Florida Panthers taking care of the Toronto Maple Leafs as the Panthers move on to their third straight Eastern Conference final against the Carolina Hurricanes. So very happy that they won on my birthday yesterday, as I've now turned 56. So I thought I'd do a little bit of Hockey Bones tonight. This is actually a game that was requested by Philip Reynolds. I kept on promising him all this time that I would do a Panther game against his favorite team, the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I don't know if he's going to get into the chat, but if he doesn't, and he gets into the game, hopefully he'll be able to watch us on replay. So Philip Reynolds, this game is for you. We are at Nationwide Arena. I decided to put this game in Columbus's arena. This game was played December 10th, 2023, between the Florida Panthers and the Columbus Blue Jackets. So he wanted me to play this game. He just wanted me to play any game between the Panthers and the Jackets, and I thought I would give him the home arena for this matchup. As I said, this game was played December 10th, 2023. I do have the actual rosters for this game. I'm not 100% sure of the lines, but I do have Action PC Hockey, and utilizing the computer system, I did put in the players that were available for this game, and Action PC Hockey did give me the lines that it figured out to use, so I've decided to go ahead and do that. It has been a while since I played Hockey Bones. I do have the rule book right next to me if I need it, which I probably will. This game might not go as fast as it usually does, but hopefully we have a good game. Of course, Hockey Bones really only utilizes one chart, which is this one. That's the one thing I like about Hockey Bones. It only utilizes one chart to use, and that is it. Pretty much the game runs itself. That's really the truth. It actually runs itself. You pretty much just roll the dice and things happen. The only thing you do is make lines changes, and that's okay. I mean, it's not like Stratomatic, where Stratomatic you actually have to make a decision when to penetrate, when to pass. The thing I like about Hockey Bones, it runs itself. Hockey Bones kind of also works like it. In a way, I would like to say Hockey Bones is kind of like the inside pitch of hockey tabletop, because it's all handled by the dice. Nothing's really handled by the chart. Everything is handled by the dice. So I hope we would have a good matchup tonight between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. And the Panthers historically won this game 5-2. Anthony Stolarz was in the goal crease for the Panthers tonight, and Jet Greaves was in the goal for Columbus. So, and of course, being a Panther fan, and of course, with the Panthers winning the Cup last year, the 23-24 Panthers are now my favorite Panther team in history. I'm hoping sooner or later Hockey Bones does get the 95-96 season. I really want to do that season now in Hockey Bones. I may do a 95-96 season replay if Hockey Bones actually gets that season done. I do not want to use Stratomatic. I think Hockey Bones is the better game. So hopefully will join us here. CLB Baseball fan is first to join us here at Nationwide Arena. So like I said, let's play a little hockey. I haven't streamed in a couple of weeks since I ended the 1983 season. So let's play a little hockey tonight, shall we? Go Cats, go. Let's take a look at the starting lines for the Florida Panthers. Line number 1 features, of course, at center, Sasha Alexander Barkov, who I'm pretty sure everybody will agree with me. He is the best two-way forward in the game. Matthew Tkachuk is going to be on this first line. He will be at left wing, and Sam Reinhart will be at right wing. Starting defenseman for the Panthers, Brandon Montour will be Brandon Montour and Gustav Forsling. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people will say Gustav Forsling is one of the top two-way defensemen in the game. Anthony Stolarz will be the goalie. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, their first line will consist of Cole Sillinger. At center, Kirill Marchenko will be a right wing. Johnny Gaudreau will be the left wing on the first line. Defensemen Zach Werenski and Ivan Provorov are the defensemen. And Jet Greaves got the call for the Blue Jackets in this game. So as I said, this game was played December 10th. The Panthers historically won it 5-2. And we're going to see if we get a good game tonight. I do have what I've done of set up. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more not user-friendly. I'm not going to do injuries or anything like that. There'll be no injuries in the game. Not even game day. I'm not going to do any injuries if they come up. And we're going to see how we play tonight. And I have power play lines for each. So if it takes a little while longer to set up play, I mean, it's just going to have to be the way it is. I'm not the hockey genius when it comes to tabletop. That belongs, of course, to Uncle Dave Gardner. He is the hockey. He is the Lord of the rink. I'm just a peasant when it comes to him. But he knows more about hockey in his left hand than I know in my whole body. But he is amazing. And if he ever shows up in this in the chat, hopefully tonight, we'll see what happens. So I'm glad for people that want to join for a little hockey tonight between the Panthers and the Jackets. And I'm just the puck getting slapped around. Ben Witz now joins us here at Nationwide Arena. And we'll see what happens tonight. Like I said, it's my first stream in the last 2 weeks since I've ended the season. And now it's time to play. Barbara now joins us here at Nationwide Arena. Good to have you there, Miss Barbara. I think it's the first time. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe the first time you've actually entered one of my games. But I'm glad to have you here, ma'am. And, of course, it was my birthday yesterday. I've now gotten another year older. I gotta stop getting old. You know, remember, people, getting old is the worst thing you could do to yourself. Stop it. Stop getting old. It's the worst thing you could do to yourself. But nobody listens to me. I don't listen to me. What am I gonna do? So we're getting ready to start here. Let's play a little hockey. Let's go to the first period. Panthers and Jackets. Both first lines are on the board. And I have the clock here. I'm going to use this bowl to roll the dice in. It's pretty quick, and it moves pretty good. I taped it down so it won't move. Same thing with the clock, so I can get the lines in as close as possible. I know I should be using a hockey rink, but I really don't have a good hockey rink to use for these cards. And although one did come, there was one available from drive-through cards. I didn't like it, so I didn't want to use it. And I don't like the Appa rink. The Appa rink was too small. I probably would have to maybe create my own. So I know I'm using this rag. The one thing I do like about the rag, I can easily grab the cards and move them. So that's how I'm utilizing it tonight. So I hope you'll join us for let's drop the puck as the Florida Panthers will take on the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, I should say. So Alexander Barkov and Cole Sillinger will meet at center ice. Let's first see if there's going to be any game misconducts. Game misconducts are rolled pretty much to see if there's going to be a too many men on the ice penalty sometime. So Florida 1-5-3 and nope. And Columbus 1-5-1 and no. So no bench minors coming up for the first period. So Barkov and Sillinger are there, a good crowd here, and at Nationwide Arena. It's actually a beautiful place to play hockey. I feel I've seen some games. I haven't watched it. Of course, I never went to the arena, but I've seen a couple of Panther games play at Columbus, and that place is not too bad. So Barkov will go ahead against Sillinger. Florida versus Columbus. This game really is for Philip Reynolds. So Philip, if you're joining me in the chat, hopefully you'll get to watch it. If not, you'll get to watch it on the replay. So Philip Reynolds, this game is for you. Face-off, we'll start with a 3-8, and that is going to go to the home right. That's going to go to the home right defenseman, and that'll go to Zach Werenski, and we're underway. It is a good place Nationwide Arena. It's a good place to watch a game, so I've heard. So Zach Werenski will start with the puck. Let's see what we have here. That is a 3-5, and 3-5 is a D7. So defense 7 And where's my thing? So D7, he will get a shot if it's a 7, if he's higher than 7. So 5 plus 3 against this line here. So 5, 3 is 8, plus 3 is 11. But actually the center is reduced to 2. So 5, 3, 10. Actually, he's not going to get the shot. That's going to be taken by the left wing, Matthew Tkachuk. So Tkachuk will go ahead and get the puck there. The one thing I like about Hockey Bones, it really shows defense. Okay, it really shows how good defense was for the Panthers, and one of the reasons why they did win the cup last year. Tkachuk will have it. 1-9, and that is a P2 question mark. And the question mark has a possible injury. We're not going to do that. No injuries. It's just a pass 2. It is just a pass 2 greater than the intimidation bars. And there are no intimidation bars on Columbus. That's going to be a pass, completed pass. And that will go to the left defenseman. That will go back to Gustav Forsling. Forsling will now have it. And it is a 1-9. And you read the dice, by the way, blue, white, and red. That's how you read it. 1-9 is a PPS, and that is going to be an That's going to be an interception and even strength, and that goes to the left defenseman, Ivan Provorov. So Provorov will take it. Now 3-8, and 3-8 is a P, and that's going to be a straight pass, and that is a pass to the center, Sillinger. Move the clock, and Sillinger will have it. Sillinger rolls a 1-7, and that's going to be a rebound shot on a rebound shot. So he takes the shot to Stolars. Let's see what that is. That's going to be a 3-7, and that is going to be a save and a rebound to the right wing. There's no B's, so no blockers. No blockers for the Panthers there. 3-7. So no blockers, and that is a 3-7 rebound. And we then roll the red die that goes to the right wing that goes to first to get a chance to clear. Let's see, 4 is 8, and that is a 4-12. And actually, they are going to clear it. They are going to clear the puck, and anyway, and that does go. Then you roll the 4, and that actually goes to the right wing. It goes to Sam Reinhart. So Reinhart will go ahead and get the puck. And we'll do a line change. So Reinhart has the puck, but the Panthers will go on the line for the second one here. So Lundell, and let's see, is it Lundell? Yeah, we've got. So Lundell's going to take. Reinhardt's going to take. He has the. So Reinhart does have the puck. So Bennett will take over. Verhaeghe will be actually at left wing, and then we have. Let's see, what is it? No, actually, no. Bennett's at center, and Verhaeghe is going to have. What we got here? Verhaeghe's at left wing. That's right. Okay, all right. And then Montour and Forsling come off, and then they'll have Ekblad and Mikkola come up, and then we have Columbus. They will go to their second line, which is Chinakhov, Fantilli, and Danforth. And then they will change their defenseman, and it will be David Jirasek and Blankenberg. Now Reinhart still has the puck, so he still gets a chance to shoot before I put him out. So Reinhart has it, and that is a 6-5, and that is a 10. So he needs a 10 in order to get past, and he'll easily do that. He'll easily do that on a 10. So 1-1 easily gets it. That's going to be a shot for Sam Reinhart, as he easily gets through Chinakhov and Jirasek. Columbus was not a good team in 2023. They were in last place in their division, and that shows right there. So Reinhardt's going to get a shot, and that is a 6. That's going to be a save by Greaves. It's going to be a save by Greaves, and we'll move the clock there. Greaves saves it. That's a 2-8, and that goes to the left defenseman, actually. Ekblad. Ekblad's going to get it. Reinhart is gone. Lundell now takes over at that position. He is a center, but he's not rated for right wing, so he's a -1 when it comes to the points. So Ekblad will have the puck now. Ekblad has it, 3-10, and that is a defense D4, and that's going to D4 1-1-2. That's going to pass easily. Ekblad's going to have a shot, and that is a 3-8, and As of that, actually, the shots of 17238. That's going to be a save by Greaves. And that is 5-10. And that again goes to the left wing, Carter Verhaeghe. He takes the puck now. Opening minutes of the first period, Verhaeghe with the puck. And that is 4-11. And that is PPS. That's going to be even strength. That's intercepted. And that's going to go to the right defenseman, Nick Blankenberg. Blankenberg has it now for the Blue Jackets. And that is 1-9. And that is a PF1. That is 4 PF1. And that is passive greater than intimidation bars. That is not. Sam Bennett has 2. Mikkola has 3. That's not going to be a pass. That's going to be intercepted. And that is going to go to Aaron Ekblad. He will have the puck. Ekblad 2-9 and a PF3. And there is only one. So he has to have 3 greater than 3 alternate bars. He does. That's going to be a shot for Ekblad. Ekblad only had 4 goals in 2023. Ekblad, of course, not really there for scoring. He's there for defense. He takes a shot, 2-8. That's going to be a save by Greaves. And Greaves, a 1-8, and that is given up. And that's going to be the left defenseman. Again, Ekblad's going to get the puck back. And we're going to have a line change. So Bennett and Lindell will come out. And right now it will be left wing Lawrence, Stenlund, and Luosterainen coming in there. Mikkola comes out. Larson will come in. Valenskis will go under Ekblad because Ekblad does have the puck. For the Blue Jackets. Patrick Lane, Alexander, he will Tessier. Actually, Lane is in right, left, and center. And then we'll have a change here. Now for Columbus, Goodbranson and Bean. Goodbranson does have a B. He does have a blocker chance. The line has changed. Ekblad has the puck. Ekblad will go ahead and take the shot, take a chance, and that is a 1-8, and that is an X. That's going to be a penalty. And Ekblad is actually going to get called for a penalty on a 1-8, so he's going to wind up. Let's see what kind of penalty it is here. And that is odd 12, and that's just going to be a 2-minute minor on Ekblad. They're going to get him. There's going to be called a minor for hooking. So Ekblad is going to go out of the game. He will be out. So Aaron Ekblad is gone. We will go to the power play. So that means that the Columbus Blue Jackets, a 1 or 2 is a delayed penalty. It's a delayed penalty, as Uncle Dave Bardner does show up. He's correct. It is a delayed penalty. It is a delayed penalty. So let me go check. I forget. I think it is a delayed penalty. So I believe the delayed penalty is that's a 3. So I think that goes right to it on a delayed penalty. He is right. So let's go check here. Delayed penalties real quick. Let me just double check. So if the opposing players are goal, an extra skater, roll the red die, resolve an interception for the penalized player. If the interception goes to a vacant position on the playing board, player stopped. So that is a 3. I'm just going to use the line 3. It goes to the left wing. It'll go to Alexander Tessier. He has it, and he will take it. We'll put the extra skater on the board. We'll use Dmitry Voronkov, and that is a 6-7. And for Tessier, and that is a pass 4, and that's going to end the penalty anyway. So, okay, but we got that as Dave Gardner. Uncle Dave Gardner comes in. I am so happy that the Lord of the Rink has arrived. So we have a 5 on. So we're going to have a 2-minute penalty on Aaron Ekblad. So the Panthers are going to go to the penalty killer, and I do have penalty killing line. So it's going to be Lindell, Bennett, Mikkola, and OEL. So Ekblad comes out. As I make a change here. So Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Mikkola will be on the penalty kill for penalty kill 1. Reinhardt, Barkov, Kachuk. So these guys come out. And we'll go with let's see here. It will be Luosterainen and Stenlund for the Panthers. So Luosterainen and Stenlund will be there. So we'll have Stenlin play that, and Luster-Rainin will be on the penalty kill for the Panthers. And Columbus will go on the power play, and they're going to go with Lane, Fantilli, and Goudreau. Goudreau will be a left wing. Fantilli and Lane will be on the wing, and defensively they will have Werenski and Provorov. And I use these power play lines throughout the entire power play. That's how I'm doing it. So we got Werenski and Provorov. So we have a power play here. Okay, so power play for the Blue Jackets. These lines were made up, as I said, by Action PC Hockey, utilizing last year's statistics and the correct rosters for this game that were played. Okay, so 5-on-4 power play, Columbus Blue Jackets against the Panthers. We're still in the opening minutes of the first period. So Adam Fantilli will go ahead against the Panthers here, and he'll go up against Luster-Rainin. So even so, power play. Let's see what happens. 3-8, and that is right defenseman power play, and it is. So that goes to Zach Werenski. He gets it, and I know we do. So Werenski will have it, and that is a 5-10, and that is an I, and that's going to be an icing, and that's going to be an icing. That's going to be an icing. We're not using injuries, no I question marks. It does say I and a plus, no effect, but it's going to be a defensive faceoff. So Werenski's going to ice the puck, and they'll have he's going to ice it, believe it or not, on a power play, and we have a faceoff in Blue Jackets territory. So Fantilli will go up against Luster-Rainin again. So let's see, 4-10, and 4-10 is center, but it's not there, so we re-roll. There's nobody at center, so we re-roll for the Panthers. We re-roll. So 6-9, and again it's center, but this time it's Fantilli. So Columbus will have it. So Fantilli with the puck, and that is a 5-3, and that is a 9. That is a 9. So the Panther 9 against the Panther defense is 3-5-8-9, but with penalty kill 4. That becomes a 4. So that's going to be a shot for Fantilli. He will have it. He takes a shot, power play, 2-8, and that just misses. Is a 2-6-2, and that is a 2-8. That's going to be a save by Anthony Stolarz. He is in the goal tonight for the Panthers. That is going to be a save. Now let's see what happens here. And that is a 3-6, and it's going to be a face-off. Stolarz will make the face-off in that zone, and the power play will continue. I'm glad you're here there, Uncle Dave. I'm glad. It looks like you had a spectacular digital-to-dice.com at where you were at, or if you're still there. I watched a little bit of how it was going, so I'm glad you had a very good time. Looked like a lot of people. Look, I had a very good showing. I really would love to be there. I really would. Maybe one day I'll be able to make a trip there. So we have a face-off here at the Panthers zone. So once again, Fantilli will go after Luster-Rainin here for the face-off, and that is 1-7. And that's won by the right wing, so that goes to Patrick Lane. 5-8, and that is an @ sign. That is a shot. If total pass, excluding greater than the die, that is a 1. And you got Goudreau here. That's going to be a shot for Lane. He'll have it. Power play shot, 2-10-1. That's going to be a save. Stolarz will get that. And 1-6, and that is going to be 1-6, and that is to the left wing, Johnny Goudreau. He has it. And so Goudreau has it now. It is a 6-5. And as I said, I haven't played this game in a while, so since Gardner's already caught me on the rules, and that's fine, please do so. It's been a while since I played Hockey Bones. I haven't played it since Inside Pitch. So 6-5, and that is going to be it's pronounced line. All right, thank you. So line, okay. So line A, like the soap, line A. Okay, so line A. All right, so line A. Thank you there, Clee. Thank you, Tim. So we had a 6-5 Goudreau, and that is a P4. That is a P4 passive greater than the imitation bars. Of course it is, and that is a pass that is going to Werenski. Werenski's got it. Not making line changes as of yet. Werenski will have it now. 3-7, trying to get through this power play. A D6. A D6, so 3 plus 3 is 6. And shot if greater than or equal to the left defense, even with that. So 3 plus 3 is 6. It is going to be a shot for Werenski. And it is a 1-8. It is a 1-8-5. Nope, that's going to be a save by Stellars. And that's going to end the power play. But we'll see what happens with Stellars first. And 1-9. And that goes to the right wing, Kevin Stenlin. So Stenlin actually has it. The power play is over. So now let's get back to the lines here. So we have here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go bring on the first line is what I'll do here. So Stenlin has the puck, but the Panthers will bring on the first line, Tkachuk, Barkov, and Reinhart. So Luostarinen down. So Tkachuk, Barkov, Reinhart will come in under Stenlin. Here. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 1. They'll bring on the first line, which will be Forsling and Montour. And then the Blue Jackets will bring on their line. So it's going to be the first line as well. So they will have Goudreau, Sillinger, and Marchenko. So right wing, Sillinger. And Goudreau, Sillinger, Marchenko. He's in here someplace. Marchenko, Goudreau. There he is. So Goudreau comes in at the left wing, and they will go defense. They will go with Werenski and Provorov, but they've already been used. So they will come out. We'll go with the second line, and that is Gudbranson and Bean. So Gudbranson and Bean as the power play comes to an end. Good to see you there, Scooney 007. Thought I'd do a little hockey since with the Panthers ending the Toronto Maple Leaf season last night. I have nothing against the Toronto Maple Leafs at all. I'm not a Leaf hater at all. I would actually like to see the Maple Leafs actually win a cup. I think Canada would absolutely explode if they won a cup. I have nothing against the Toronto Maple Leafs at all. There's really not a hockey team I hate. Although the Lightning is my main rivals. I'm glad we beat the Lightning. But I'm not. I really have nothing against Toronto Maple Leafs. So if any Maple Leaf fans out there, I have nothing against you guys. We're good. Stenlin has the puck. The power play is over at 13:36, period 1, and it is 6-9, and another penalty, just like that. 6-9X, and Kevin Stenlin's going to make a penalty just as I go ahead and bring out the lines. You got to be kidding me. That was a 6. That's not a delayed penalty. And that is going to be a 5-6. And that's going to be 2 minutes Stenlin for hooking. And right back to power play go the Blue Jackets. Oh, boy. So I bring on the lines, and it doesn't even matter. All right. So we got to go back to the lines again. So another penalty coming up for the Blue Jackets. Another power play. We'll go with penalty killers: Lindell, Bennett, Mikkola, and OEL. So I'll go with Lindell and Sam Bennett this time. Sam Bennett. And on defense, they will bring on Mikkola and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. This time, they did not play the last one, so they will go on defense. Since they just came on the line, let's see, power play. Marchenko, he can stay out there. Sillinger will come out. Johnson will come out here. So they'll go Marchenko. They will go Marchenko, Johnson, and Chinikov. Let's see Marchenko, Johnson, and Chinikov. So the right wing and Kent Johnson be the center. And Columbus will actually, their power play is Goodbranson and Bean. And actually they're set. So they just came in the line so they can play. All right, so there it is, the power play line. So another power play for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Okay, typical Panther game. Can't stay out of the sin bin. All right, let's try another one here. Hope guys are enjoying this here. So Kent Johnson will go up against Anton Lundell, Baby Barkov for the Panthers. And we'll get this penalty underway. And that's going to be a 2-11. And that is actually won by Lundell. Lundell's actually going to get that. So he has the puck. And that is a 6-8. And that is a 4. That's not going to beat them. That's 3-5. That's not going to beat them on the power play. So that is a 4. And let's see, shot at greater than team defense is not 3-5-6. That's going to be a turnover, and that will go to Jake Bean. So if anything, Lundell does skate it around here. Doug Hunt and Jeremy Brooks join us here at Nationwide Arena. 112 for Bean. That is home 9. And let's see, that should be good. Let's see, 3-5-7-10. And with penalty kill 4, that's only a 5. That's going to be a power play shot for Jake Bean. 183-112. Nope, that's going to be a save by Stolarz. That's going to be a save by Stolarz. 1-7. And that goes to the center. There's nobody there. That goes to the center. If I'm correct, that is... I think that goes on. I think I have. That goes. Nobody's there. If I'm right, that goes to. I think that is. Let's see here. Just check that again. So that goes to the center. And let's see, goalie. I keep on forgetting. Let's see. Possible penalty shot. Let's see here. If it goes to. Right here, or shooting to his possible rebound shot. I think it's frozen. If there's nobody, I think it's frozen. Or if the shooting team, player on puck is a screening rating, 2 defensemen, range. I think that's a frozen puck. I think if there's nobody there, puck is frozen. Center shot. But there's no player. There's an F results frozen. Okay, so he makes the save and he freezes it. Okay, so it's a frozen puck. As Stolarz freezes the puck. So a shot by Jake Bean, but Stolarz will go ahead. I feel bad for Stolarz on the Leafs. I gotta tell you one thing about Stolarz. Stolarz is a heck of a goalie, and he definitely deserves to be a starter. It's just sad he got hurt in the series against the Panthers. I don't know if the Panthers would have came back if Stolarz had actually been the goalie throughout the entire time. But I'm pretty much a believer. The Toronto Maple Leafs did not lose because of Joseph Woll. They did not lose that series because of Joseph Woll. Woll did everything he could to keep the Maple Leafs in that series. Maple Leafs just folded like a big chair. The Maple Leafs did not lose because of Joseph Woll. He played his heart out. There wasn't anything he could do once the Panthers realized how to beat the Leafs. So Kent Johnson will go against Lundell, continuing the power play, 4-6, and that is right defenseman power play, or right defenseman actually power play. So that actually goes to Jake Bean, Columbus. He actually gets it because right defenseman power play. That goes to the power play side. So XSG2 here. So Bean has a shot, and that is 1-7, and that is a number, that's a pound sign. And that's automatic face-off as the puck goes into the netting, and we'll have another face-off in neutral zone. So Jake Bean shoots that up into the netting. 12:24 left in period 1. This game will take a while to play. Remember, it's been a while since I played this game, but we'll get it. So Johnson Lundell again. So 6-4, and this one is left wing. Actually, and that goes to Lundell. Lundell's actually going to win it. As Florida gets it, Lundell will take it. And let's see, 2-10, And that is an 8. And that's going to be higher. Lindell's going to have a shorthand. I think that is an 8 against the shorthanded team. Let's see here. Number of shot of greater than less than team defense. And let's see here. 3, 4, 6. That is. And Lindell. Now, that is going to be, it's still going to be a shorthanded shot for Anton Lindell. So Lindell's going to have a shorthanded shot. That's going to be a save by Greaves. And 2-7. And that's a face-off. So Anton Lindell had to got a shorthanded shot. Greaves makes a face-off back in Columbus territory. So another power play going by the board here for the Blue Jackets. So once again, now Kent Johnson and Lindell. And that is a 3-4. And that is going to be the right defenseman. Jake Bean will get it. Still on the power play. And 5-3. Home 5. And home 5. He is a 5. So 2, 3, 10. And a 10 against penalty killer 4 becomes a 5. That barely does it. Jake Bean's going to have a shot. Jake Bean's going to have a shot. Power play 1-8-3. Nope. That's going to be a save by Stolarz. Stolarz will get that. And 3-6. And that's a face-off. Stolarz will take the face-off, and that ends the power play. So once again, the Panthers will go ahead and kill the power play. So the Panthers are now, so the Blue Jackets are now 0 for 2 on a power play. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And they'll bring on the first line here again. So Tkachuk, Barkov, and Reinhart. So right wing, Barkov, and Tkachuk. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And they'll go with the second line for the Panthers in defense. That'll be Mikkola and Ekblad. But Mikkola just played, so we'll take him out. We'll go to the third line. We'll go to the first line, Forsling and Montour. So they just played out there. And we'll do this. Sasha Barkov. Does anybody have an issue if I say Sasha Barkov is the best two-way forward in the game? Because everything he does well. Plays offense, he plays defense. He makes everyone better around him. Now, let's see. Goudreau, Sillinger, and Marchenko. So, Marchenko. Let's see here. Mixed everybody up. So, Sillinger. And it will be Goudreau at left. So, actually, he's here. He's there. And they will go with what they have. They have Bean and DeBranson. They will go with Werenski and Paparov. Do. All right. I still kind of think that Sasha Barkov is the best two-way forward in the game. I think he's Hall of Fame. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He still has many years left to play. I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, as well, of course, as Bobrovsky. So Barkov and Sillinger will now face off here as the power play is over. So the Blue Jackets are now 0 for 2, and they're in the Panther zone. So let's see, 5-7, and that is right defenseman, and that is who's right? Let's see, 5 is right defenseman. That is Forsling. So Forsling has it. See if you can stay out of power play trouble. 2-2, and that's going to be icing. So another icing call here. Back in the Panther zone. Brandon Montour. Gustav Forsling, I think, is one of the best two-way defensemen in the game. He can score also. He's a scorer. He can score. So once again, a face-off in the Panther zone. 4-7. And that's left wing. That's Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk, one of the greatest pickups the Panthers ever made. 1-7 for Tkachuk. That's a P5. And let's see, pass 5. And yeah, it's going to be an easy pass. That's a 6. It's going to go to Gustav Forsling. Forsling takes it. And that is 3-7. And that is a 2. And that's not going to beat these guys. That's a 2 on defense. So shot of greater than team defense. It is not. So that's going to be taken by Johnny Goudreau. Goudreau will get that. And 6-10. And that is a defensive 8. So D8. So D8 shot of greater than left-right defense. So 3 plus 5 is 8, but that is going to be a shot for Johnny Gaudreau. He's actually going to have, that's D8. He is going to have the shot. So a shot, normal shot for him is 110-4. Not a chance. So Lars will make that. And that is 210. And that's another face-off in the Panther zone. 10 minutes to play. Switch lines. And the Panthers will now bring on Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Lindell. Here. Lindell here. There. Right, not Reinhardt. Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Lindell. And they will go with Montour Force. They'll go with Mikola and Ekblad on defense. They will go to Chinnikov, Fantilli, and Danforth. And then on defense, they did Vrensky and Prokhorov. They'll go Gudbranson and Bean. Face-off coming in at the Panthers zone. 10 minutes left to go in first period. Let's see what we got. So Bennett will go up against Fantilli, and it's an even face-off. So 6-10, and that is right defenseman. That goes to Mikola. So Panthers win it in orange. Mikola has it. And 3-9, and that is a P2, pass 2 against 4 checkers. Only one. That's going to be a good pass. That's going to go to Ekblad. Ekblad, a 110, and that is a 7 for Ekblad. 110 is a 7, and that's going to be a shot for Ekblad. 172 is a shot. Nope, 6-6. That'll be a save by Greaves. And a 6-5, and that's a face-off. So Greaves makes a nice save. 9-12 left to play in the first. Hockey Bones has really come to be my favorite hockey game. I think it is better. I just think it plays better and flows better than Stratomatic. It just seems to have a better feel to it. So face-off in the Blue Jackets zone between Bennett and Fantilli. 3-10. That goes to the left wing. That goes to Justin Danforth for the Jackets. 6-3. That is a 3, and that's not gonna beat that defense. That's gonna go to the center, Sam Bennett. He will get the puck. Bennett with it, a 6-10, and that is a pass 3. You got 3 over bars, only 1. That's going to be a good pass to the left defenseman, Ekblad. Ekblad's got it. Ekblad takes the puck. Let's see what he does with it. And that is 2-11. That is an 8. And that's going to be an easy shot for Ekblad. Ekblad's going to have a shot on Greaves. He's a 172. He's a 172 and 2. Nope, that's going to be a save by Greaves. He'll make the save there, and that is a 5-9. And that goes to the right defenseman, Nico Mikola. So now we have a change. Panthers will bring on the third line now. They're going to go with Luosterainen. Stenlund, and Lorentz. And Mikola has the puck, but they're going to go with Ekblad comes out, so it's going to be OEL will go under Mikola here. He has the puck. Balinskis comes in on the other side. And for the Jackets, they will go with Corrali, Tessier, and Line will be the wing. And then for defense, Jurasek and Blankenberg. Can't believe I actually got the great Barbara actually in my chat. I cannot believe it. It is such an honor to have her here. So Mikola has the puck. He'll give it off. He'll take a shot, though. And that is, or not a shot, he'll take the puck. 5-8. And that is a PF2 against That is a PF2 against 4 checker arrows, and that is a 2. It is a 2. It's greater than or equal to, and that is actually going to be a pass. So Mikola is actually going to make a pass. That's going to go to the right wing, Lorenz. Mikola comes out, and now Lorenz has the puck. Lorenz will take it 1-9, and that is a rebound shot to Greaves. That is a 5. That is a 5-9, and that is right defense. That's right. It's a rebound shot. It's not a goal. Then you check here. That's going to go to right defenseman. That's going to go to the right defenseman. No blocks. I don't see any B's there. So no blocks, no screens. No screens. So there's a 5-9 to Jet Greaves. And that's a shot and a rebound. And that goes to avoid it. There's not a goal. And you go to check the 5. It's a right defenseman. And that goes to Nick Blankenberg. Actually, got to roll to see if it's cleared first, I see. So 2-1. So a 2-7-3 is cleared. It's not. So that goes right defense. That'll go to Nick Blankenberg. So Blankenberg has it. A rebound shot, but Greaves makes the save. Panthers historically won this game 5-2. Blankenberg has it 4-7, and that is a 6. And that's going to be better than what he had. That's going to be better than he has here. Blankenberg's going to have a chance. Good shooter. He only had 1 goal for Columbus that year. He's a 2-5-2. Nope. And Stolars will make that save. Shot on goal 3-11. And that goes to the left defenseman, Jurasek. So he has it. Back to Columbus. 3-6, and that is 3-6 is a 1. That's not a chance, and that instead is going to be taken by Steven Lorenz. Lorenz has it. Lorenz takes the puck for the Panthers. 4-7, and that is 4-7 is a pound sign, and that's going to be a face-off. That's going to go out of play. So that's going to be a face-off in the neutral territory. So 6 minutes left to play in the period, and we're going to have a line change. So out comes the third line. They will go Lomborg, Rodriguez, and Cousins. For the Panthers, and they will take out Balinskis and Larson. They will go with the number 1 line, Montour and Forsling. For Columbus, I know it does take a little time to go ahead and change the cards. I know there are many ways to maybe create a way where I could probably change the cards faster, but I mean, we're just having some fun here today. So Voronkov, the left wing, it will be Bemstrom as the forward, and Kent Johnson is the center. And they will bring on their first line for Columbus, which is Werenski and Provorov. Face-off is a neutral ice between Rodriguez and Kent Johnson. Evan Rodriguez, the Panthers in Game 6 against the Maple Leafs, Rodriguez was out, and the Panthers just didn't really look cohesive, which allowed the Leafs to win Game 6. Evan Rodriguez in the lineup last night in Game 7, and I don't know what Leafs couldn't figure out anything. I know the Leafs just can't win Game 7s. I don't know what it is. But I don't know what it is. Leafs. The Leafs, a lot of people say they're the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. I don't want to say Dallas Cowboys. I know the Cowboys haven't won anything in a long time, but I don't know. Does anybody have a better analogy for Dallas Cowboys for the Leafs? Maybe the Cleveland Indians of the NHL? Sorry, Tim. Maybe the Cleveland Indians of the NHL? Probably. So Rodriguez and Johnson face off neutral ice 1-6, and that is left wing, and that is going to be won by Voronkov. He will have it. And 6-8, and that is a rebound. So still that's going to be a shot and a rebound, and that is a 2-8 and 2-8. I think that's a goal, and I think that's a goal. Is that a goal? It's not an in-range shot, but I don't think that's a goal. It wasn't. I forget. Do you still roll for the shot? Shot and rebound? Did he still roll for the shot? I don't think so. I don't think you know still roll for the shot. Shot and rebound. You're supposed to roll for the shot. That's gonna be a save because that 2.6 is higher than Voronkov. That's gonna be a save. So 310, and that's gonna be a face. That's gonna be a face. That's gonna be a face-off. That's gonna be a face-off. It's frozen. That's gonna be a face-off at the Zenerai at Panther zone. So a good chance there by Dmitry Voronkov, but he will not get that. Stolarz did a very good job with the Panthers in the Stanley Cup year. All right, so we're at 5:36 left to play in the period. Evan Rodriguez and Kent Johnson. Face off, 3-4, right defenseman, and that is Provorov. He gets it. And 3-8, and that is a PPS, and that's going to be an interception, and that is taken by left defenseman Gustav Forsling. He has it. And 4-9, and that is a PPS. They're not doing the pressure offense. That's going to be intercepted the other way around. Ken Johnson will get that. And 1-9 and D4, and that 4 is not beaten. That's not beating the defense. That's going to be taken by Forsling. Forsling will take it. And now we have a 2-3 and defensive D9. That is going to be better than that. So Forsling is going to have a shot on goal. 1-9-1 and 1-11-6. Oh, just missed it. That's going to be saved by Jet Greaves. Let's see what he does. And there are no blockers there. So I keep on forgetting I got to check for a 3 if there's got to check. But there were no well, actually, it was a blocker. Provorov has a B, but that's not going to matter there. And that one, 6-6, and that's a face-off. Greaves will make the face-off, and we're down to 4 minutes left in the period. So, and we'll do another change. So I hope you guys are enjoying this right now. A little bit of hockey. As here I am in my off season. I am going to do an unboxing of a war game I do have. I've been waiting to do that unboxing. I'm waiting to do that unboxing, so I am going to do an unboxing for a war game I did, Branson and Bean. So hopefully, for those of you that are into that, you guys will join me for that. Phoenix Knight joins us here at Nationwide Arena. This game is really for Philip Reynolds. He wanted me to do a Panthers Blue Jackets game. Disappointed he's not in the chat, but he probably didn't know I was going to do it tonight. So still in the first period, still no score, Panthers and Blue Jackets. And we got a face-off between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets in the Columbus zone. So Barkov will go up against Sillinger. And 1-7, and that is right wing. That goes to Kirill Marchenko for the Blue Jackets. Goudreau has it. I should change that. Marchenko is in right, Goudreau's in left. Sometimes difficult with these things. Okay. Cutter Historical joins us here. No, I was not taunting your Leafs there, Cutter. I was not doing that. I have nothing against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They win a title, Canada will explode. I would actually love to see the Leafs win a title, but not at the expense of my Panthers, though. 2-9 for Marchenko, and that is going to be a shot. And Marchenko 2-6-1. Nope, that's going to be a save by Stolarz. And that is a 4-4, and that's going to be another face-off. So lots of face-offs so far between Anthony Stolarz and Jet Greaves here. And we still got 3:36 left to play in period 1. No score between the Cats and the Jackets. Barkov and Sillinger will go up against it. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything wrong, Cutter. I mean, for some reason, your Leafs are just snake bitten. I don't know what it is with Game 7s, but, I don't know what it is with Game 7s. And your fan base is really, is definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? Frenzy about the Leafs. I get that. I do. I have nothing against the Leafs, Cutter. I just don't want them to win a cup in front of my Panthers. But You know, if the Panthers are not in this, I would have no problem with Toronto winning a title. But after last night, you guys need to do the Toronto Maple Leafs need to do some serious soul searching. Barkov, Sillinger in the Panther zone, 310, and that is left wing. That is Goudreau for the Jackets, and that is a 5-11, and that's going to be intercepted. That's going to be going to left defenseman Ekblad. Ekblad will get that, and 2-6, and that is a 3. That's not going to beat that. That's a 4. That's going to be taken by Marchenko. He gets the puck. 6-9, and that is intercepted again. That's a PPS, and in normal, that's an automatic interception, and that is going to go to left wing Tkachuk. He will take the puck. 6-8 for Tkachuk, and that is an 8, and that's going to, let's see, 2-5-7, because Sillinger's brought down to a 2. 4, so 2-5-7. Kachuk's going to have a shot. 2-3-5. Nope, that's going to be a save by Jet. He will go ahead. Kachuk make a shot, and Jet is 5-9, and that goes to right defenseman. That goes to Mikkola. Mikkola has the puck, and a final line change coming on to end the period. So Mikkola will have it. Panthers will go to Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Lindell. Ekblad come, and they'll go to They're going to go to Forsling and Montour for the last one. So Forsling come on, Montour will go under Mikkola. He has the puck. And let's see, for the lead for them, they will go to let's see, Chiakov, Fantilli, and Danforth. And they will go bring out Bean and Gudbranson. They'll go to their top defensemen, Werenski and Provorov. So for the final lines. So Mikkola has the puck. 2 minutes left to play in the period. 2 minutes remaining in the first period. So 1-2. And that is a $S. They're not playing. That's gonna be a face-off. Mikkola goes ahead and sends that into out of play, deflected off of Danforth's stick, and that's gonna be out of play in neutral ice. So now Montour gets on the ice. All right, so 2 minutes to go. Bennett and Fantilli, and that is face-off 4-9. And 4-9 is left defense. That goes to Forsling, so he will get the puck. And 3-7, that is a 2, and that is not going to beat those guys. That's going to be taken by the left defenseman, Zach Werenski. Werenski has it, and that is 6-7, and that is an 8, and that's going to be good, I think. That's going to be good. 2-4, let's see here, 3-5-6. That's going to be better. Werenski's going to have a shot. He's going to have a shot, a 1-8, a 1-8-3. Nope, that's going to be a save by Stolarz. And 4-2, and that goes to left defenseman Gustav Forsling. So a nice stick save by Stolarz. Forsling gets behind the net. They'll now take it away. Forsling will have it. And 1-9, and that is PPS. That's going to be intercepted by Fantilli. Fantilli with the puck now. So we'll talk 1-11, and that's going to be icing. That's going to be an icing call. So 24 seconds left to play in the first. And so icing in Columbus zone. So they'll get a chance for one more time sequence for the period ends. So Sam Bennett and Fantilli. Can't keep the dice in the bowl. So 2-5, and that is right defenseman. That is Provorov. So Jackets will get one try here. 3-8, and that is a P. That's going to be a pass. That is a straight up pass, I believe, on a straight P. Straight up pass to the right wing. Yegor Chinakhov. He'll get one roll here. And 6-8. And that is a 13. That is a 13. That's going to definitely have a better shot. That's going to be a shot on goal with the time ticking down to 8. Nope, that's going to be a save. That is going to be a save on Stellars. And we will have, and that is a 5-4. That's going to be a face-off. And that is the end of the first period. So a typical Panther hockey game. No score in the first period between the Florida Panthers and the Columbus Blue Jackets, and between Anthony Stellars and Jet Greaves. You played some bones at DTD, as you should. I know you. I know you're a big fan of APA. I know you are. But the thing I like about Hockey Bones, everything's off the cards. Like Inside Pitch, everything is off the cards. The charts do not describe the play. The dice do that, and all you need is this chart. And that's it. And I got the Hockey Bones misconduct stuff. And I have their things. And of course, and I did order, and I did get the ARC cards, for Hockey Bones. I'm hoping I'm waiting for Hockey Bones to do the 1995-96 season. That season I'd like to do a full replay about. I would love to do a last year replay, but I really would like to do 95-96. And I know they're still a ways away from that season, but right now they're at 85-86 according to the creator of Hockey Bones. I told him, I said, please do 95-96. That's the season when the Panthers went to the Cup the first time. And what a bunch of great characters in the 90s. I'm pretty sure Dave Gardner will agree with me that 90s hockey was pretty darn good. I'm pretty sure he will agree that 90s hockey was pretty darn good. We're at the first intermission here. No score after 1. I'll be right back. Let's see. Panthers will start with the third line. Lusterrain and Stenlin and Lorentz. And Forsling and Montour come off. They'll go Mikola and Ekblad. And Columbus will start with... they're going to start with line A. Corrali and Tessier. And they have Provorov and Wensky. They'll start with the second line. They will go with Gudbranson and Bean. I have, just to show you, what I did is, with the help of Action PC Hockey, I did kind of write the lines that I wanted to use, so I can always find out who's on the lines, including special power play lines and special penalty kill lines. So I automatically know where to go. So I've actually kind of did it this way, I think. I wish I had a good small hockey rink, but unfortunately, I have to use this stupid mat. Not a mat, it's a rag, actually. So I'm not using a hockey mat. I do apologize for that. But I do apologize. But it was I do apologize. So I'll have to maybe I can create one or something like that. I have to create a nice one that can fit this board, but at least you can see everything. I'm pretty sure everybody can see everything, right? It looks like I got this at the correct focus. You can see the numbers and everything because I can see it on my screen. So it looks like everything's all right. Okay. So, So, Florida Panthers, Columbus Blue Jackets now going in the second period here at Nationwide Arena. This game was for Philip Reynolds, and yet he's not entered my chat. So, I guess I'll have to watch it on the replay. So, as I said, Philip Reynolds, this game is for you. This game was played on December 10th, 2023 at Nationwide Arena. The Panthers did win this game historically 5-2. Let's get to the second period here. At center ice, it'll be Kevin Stenlin and Sean Corrali, Florida and Columbus. Face off. 110. That is left wing. That will go to Tessier. He will have it. I hope I'm saying his name right. Tessier. 212. And that is a D6. And that's not going to beat that. They've got 4 plus 3 is 7. And that's going to get taken by Steven Lorentz. Lorentz will have it. 5-4-6, and I can't believe it. I can't stay out of the penalty box. That is going to be a penalty. That is a 4. It's not a delayed penalty. Steven Lorentz is going to get called for charging, and let's see if there's going to be any more than that. And actually, he has nothing on that, so I don't even have to roll the dice. So so Steven Lorentz is going to power play. So the Jackets are going on their third friggin' power play. Jeez. Panthers cannot stay out of the penalty box. All right, so we'll have a power play. They will go with penalty killer 1. Let's see. So Lorentz, they got Lusterrain and Stenlin. They're already on the ice. They're going to stay out there. I'll have them take the power play. And it will be Ekblad and Forsling will take over for penalty kill. Power play for them. It will be Laine, Fantilli, and Goudreau. So Laine stays on. So Laine, Fantilli, and Goudreau will play there. And their penalty will be Werenski and Provorov. Gabranson and Bean. Actually, Gabranson and Bean will stay on there. They will actually stay on there. It will not actually be Werenski and Provorov. So they will go to Werenski and Provorov for the penalty, for the power play. All right, so another penalty. This is the third power play for the Jackets, as the Panthers can't stay out of the penalty box. Adam Fantilli will go up against Eetu Luostarinen. And it is a 6-7, and that is going to be left defense. It's actually won by the Panthers. That goes to Ekblad. He wins that. And that is a 4-6. And a 4-6 is an icing, but I think that your icing, that's going to be a defense at power play, shorthanded. That's going to be an interception. That's going to instead be an interception to the center, Adam Fantilli, so he has it. They're the shorthanded team. Fantilli takes it, and 6-11, and that's a rebound shot. So power play 2-6-2, and nope, that's going to be out of range. Stolarz 6-3, and rebound right wing. There were no blockers for the Panthers, so 6-3. No screens either. I keep on forgetting about that rule. I got a couple of charts nearby. So 6-3 is right wing, and that's actually a rebound. That goes right to the right wing. That goes to Stenlund. You gotta believe that. I keep on forgetting on the rebound rules. I think I used the rebound rule, right? The rebound rules, right? Not the actual scores. So let's see here. Rebound shots. Possible rebound shot will occur. A goal scored. There was no rebound shot. Check the red die value rebound shot to see what's playing on the shooting team as a possible rebound shot. Right. Okay. No, it goes to the right defenseman, which is Zach Werenski, but they got a chance to clear. So 3 and 4 is 7. So 4-7-3 to clear. And no, that's not a clear. That's going to be a shot. Clearing rating. So that's going to be a rebound shot for Zach Werenski. Power play 185. Nope, that's going to be a save by Stolars, and they'll make the save. There's only 2 shots on it. So, and actually that actually goes there. So Stolars actually will make the save. We'll have a face-off. Some of the rules, I have no problem with the rules. I just got to remember how I played this. So Stolars will have another save in the Panther zone as Werenski try to make it. So I hope I'm doing okay there, Uncle Dave. So Fantilli and Luosterainen will go up against, and that is a 2-3, and that is right wing, and that goes to Patrick Laine. He's got it. And that is a 6-7, and that's going to be a penalty on him. That's going to be a penalty on Laine. That's a 6. It won't be a delayed penalty. That's going to be a penalty on Laine, and it's going to be 2 minutes for slashing. So Laine is going to go to the penalty box himself. That ends the power play. So that ends this. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 for 2 plays. So Laine will come out, and we're going to move Fantilli to here. It'll be a 4-on-4. As Laine will come out of it. So a 4-on-4 for 2 plays. I'm not going to make a line change because we're still in the. I'm not going to make a line change, and then we will go from there. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 here between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets, and then the Panthers will have a 2-chance power play. So Luosterainen and Fantilli will go here. So it's a 4-on-4 for 2 plays, and that is a 2-5, and that is right defenseman. That is Forsling. He's got it, and 1-5. And that's a rebound chance. Takes a shot. And 1-9-1. That's going to be a save by Greaves. And that is a 5. That is right defense. Blocked wasn't there. It was a 3. A 3 would have been a blocked. It wasn't. So that is a 5. So right defense. Do they clear? 5-3-8. 4-12 will clear it. And it is cleared. And that is cleared. So that is cleared. And that goes to the center, actually, which is not there. So let's see here. So center is not there. There's no center. So geez, I keep on forgetting what happens if there's nobody there. I think you just re-roll, don't you? A rebound shot. Okay. I'm gonna say it is cleared, and that goes to Gustav Forsling. So Forsling has it. So that is a 3-6, and that is a P. That is a P, and that's going to be intercepted. That's going to be intercepted 6 to the right wing, Adam Fantilli. Now the Panthers are on the power play as Fantilli has it, and we're going to stick with Luosterainen. Stenlund will move into the center. Panthers will go ahead and bring out. Just for this, they're going to go ahead and bring out the left wing center. Let's go ahead and they'll bring out Rodriguez just for the heck of it. So Rodriguez will come on the power play. So Fantilli has the puck. It's now a 5-on-4 as the Panthers now have a 2-chance power play. 4-9, and that is a 6. That is a 6. And shot of greater than team defense, and no, that's not gonna work. 4-7-7. That's gonna be taken by right wing Evan Rodriguez, who just came on there. Panthers now on the power play for a short period of time. 2-10. That is a 12. Yeah, Rodriguez has it. 2-12. That is going to be a power. That's going to be a shot for Rodriguez. 1-10-5. Nope. That's going to be another save by Jet Greaves. Going to be wide of the mark, actually. 6-6. And that's going to bounce off the wall. That's going to be a face-off. So still a 5-on-4 power play here for the Panthers. Still no score. between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets in this game here at Nationwide Arena. So they still have one more tick on the clock before this short power play goes for the Panthers. So we'll have a face-off between Stenlin and Fantilli. So let's see here. 6-9. 6-9 is center, and that is not there. We re-roll. It's empty. So 4-6, and that is right defense, power play team. So that is Forsling. So Forsling has the puck. And 3-9. 3-9 is a rebound shot. Forsling a 1-9-4. Nope, that's going to be off of Greaves. Off of Greaves, and a 3-5. 3-5 is a right defenseman. Rebound shot, right defenseman. Try to clear. 5-3 is 8. And they are going to clear. And that's going to go to Werenski instead. And that will end the power play. So a very quick power play for the Panthers, but didn't do anything with it. And we'll have a line change. So we will bring out, they're going to go with the top lines. They're going to go Barkov, Kachuk, and Reinhart. Sam Reinhart is one of the top 10 players in hockey, as far as I'm concerned. Ekblad and Forsling come out. They're going to go with, let's see here. They're going to go with Balinskis and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. That's the third line. Ekman-Larsson. I felt bad for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I felt bad for him. I really did. I felt bad for Ekman-Larsson. Here you are. You won the cup with the Panthers last year, and you lost like that as a Maple Leaf. I feel bad for Ekman-Larsson. Boudreau, Sillinger, Marchenko. Gitch's games. Rob G joins us here. Thank you, sir. I know the rules pretty well, but not as I just haven't played in a while since Boudreau, Sillinger, and Marchenko. So if you know these rules better than me, that is fine. Please tell me. This is just an exhibit. This game, as I said, was designed for Philip Reynolds, but he is not in the chat. Disappointing, but he is there. Let's see. So we got Provorov, Werenski. They'll go Brinson and Bean. So Bean will come down here, but the Branson will come under Werenski as he has the puck. So, So he has the puck here. We're at 16 minutes left in the second period. Still no score. So Werenski has it. Power play is over. 6-11, and that is a 6. That's not beating these guys. That's going to be taken by right wing Sam Reinhart. Werenski comes off the ice. Reinhart with the puck, and that is a 6-7, and that is a PPS. That's going to be taken by the center, Cole Sillinger. And 5-7 Sillinger, that is a D6, and that's going to beat Larson and Balinskis. That's going to be a shot for Sillinger. He is a 1-12-1. Nope, that'll be a save by Stolars, and that is a 1-9, and that will go to Sam Reinhart. Reinhart with it. Reinhart 3-4, D8. Yeah, that'll easily beat those guys. Sam Reinhart coming in on the puck. Looking at Greaves, he's going to have a shot. He's a 3-8-3. No, that's going to be a save by Jet Greaves. And that is going to be 4-7. And he is going to hold on to it. And he'll hold on to that puck as Sam Rhino had an excellent shot at Greaves, but just could not seem to get it online. And Greaves makes a save with the glove. So 14:24 left to play in the second period. Still no score. Barkov and Sillinger will face off in the Blue Jacket zone. And that is a 4-5. And that is right defenseman. That's actually Panthers. So Balinskis will have it. And that is a 3-3 PF2. And that is passive greater than intimidation bars. And it is. That's going to be a pass. And that goes to the center, Barkov. Sasha will have it. It'll go to 14. I'll let him take I'll let him take the shot. He has the puck, actually. So, actually, it's going to be a line change at 14. But I'll let Barkov take it first. So, 14. So, 4. So, let's see here. 4. So, 4-7. And 4-7 is a 12. Barkov will easily beat that. So, Barkov, Sasha's going to have a shot on Greaves. He's a 2.65. And nope, that's going to be high. That's going to go back to Greaves. And that's a 1-8. And that goes back to the left defenseman, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. But now we have a change. So the Panthers will once again change lines. They'll go with the second line here. And they will go with Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Lindell. Larson does have the puck. And the Panthers will bring on Montour. And Forsling will come under Ekman-Larsson as he has the puck. Okay, so line change here. And for them, Chinakhov, Fantilli, and Danforth. So Danforth, Fantilli, and Chinakhov will be at the right. And they will bring on, they're going to go with Jurasek and Blank. Actually, they'll go with the first line. They've been rested. So they'll go with Werenski and Provorov since they have. Actually, no, they'll go with the third line. Instead. They'll go with Jurasek and Blankenberg. So Blankenberg and Jurasek will come on there. So OEL has the puck. As on that line change, he will have a chance. 6-9. That is a P. That is a straight pass. That goes to the left wing up to Carter Verhaeghe. Ekman-Larsson goes off. Forsling is now on the ice. Verhaeghe will have it now. And that is a 1-10. And I can't stay away from these penalties. That is an X. And Carter Verhaeghe is going to wind up with a penalty here. That is a 1. It's a delayed penalty. So we have an extra attacker for Columbus coming on. And that is going to be Cole Sillinger. Sillinger will come on the extra attacker. So that is that. So it is an X. So a delayed penalty call on Carter Verhaeghe. Looks like might have been holding, but we'll see. And he has, let's see what it is. And that is a 2-10, nothing there. So that's going to be only on Verhaeghe. But it is a delayed penalty. So roll the red die, resolve interception for the penalized player. So that is going to the right wing, Justin Danforth. So Justin Danforth will have a chance on a delayed penalty. That is a 4-12, and he ices it, and that's going to do it. So we'll have another power play for the Blue Jackets. So that is going to be the fourth power play for the Jackets as Verhaeghe is now out for 2. So the Panthers got to go back to penalty killing. So let's see. So you got Bennett. They're going to keep Lundell and Bennett on. Verhaeghe will come out. He will come out. And they have Mikkola and OEL. So Forsling will come out. So they will have Ekman-Larsson and Mikkola on the penalty kill line. And meanwhile, for them, on their power play line, let's see. Line A, they're going to go with, their power play line is going to be, they're going to go with Marchenko. They're going to go with Johnson, Marchenko in right wing, and Chinakhov at the other wing spot. And they've got Gudbranson and Beam. We will go with Gudbranson and Beam, as a matter of fact, on the line. So another 5-on-4 here for the Blue Jackets. Fourth penalty on the Panthers. Still no scores. Like nobody wants to win. Nobody wants to get a goal here. All right, so Kent Johnson and Sam Bennett starting in the Panther zone. Penalty will end at 11:36. So 6-5, and that goes to left wing. That goes to Chinikov. He has it for the Blue Jackets, and that is a 5-6, and that is a rebound chance. Power play 2-9. Nope. Now see, that's a 4. That's right wing. That is right wing. 5 + 2 is 7. A chance to clear. It will be a rebound chance, but a 5-7. And they will not clear it. So that's going to go to the right wing Marchenko. He has a rebound shot. And a rebound power play, 6-3. And that's going to be out of his range as well. And Stolarz, a 3-8. That's going to be a face-off. So Stolarz makes two shots on Stolarz, but no goal is scored. So nothing there either. So right now the Panthers playing hard on the penalty kill. Kent Johnson against Bennett again. So 2-7, and that is left defenseman, and that is Goodbranson. He has it. 1-2, and that is a 5, and he's in the offensive zone. So actually, that's added. That becomes on a power play shot a greater, and if you're in the defense, you're a +1 is power play, and +1 on power play, and it is not, and +2 in the defensive zone. So that's actually a 3. That becomes an 8, and that's going to be an 8, and that's going to make it. So 3, 5, 10, and penalty kill on that is a 5. So that's going to be a shot for Goodbranson. That's an 8 instead. So an 8. So a 1-9-4 for Goodbranson. Nope, that's going to be another bad shot. And Stolarz 3-11, and that goes to the left defenseman, back to Goodbranson, as he has it, keeping it, and 4-6, and that is that's a rebound shot. Is 1-9-4. That's on goal. That's for chance for Stolarz. A 1-9-4. Of course, I drop it. That's on range for Goodbranson. 1-9-4 for a chance. Stolarz 6-7 and scores! Eric Goodbranson, a power play goal for the Blue Jackets, and they take a 1-0 lead. Eric Goodbranson got it on range, a 1-9-4. He got it. Stolarz could not get that as a 6-7, and that is a short LW. And that is a goal for Eric Goodbranson and the Columbus Blue Jackets on a power play. 1-0. Now let's check out the team assist card and see how many they had here. That is a 4-6, and that's going to be 2 assists. So now I go to this deck. 2 assists. So 12, 18. So 6, 18, 32, 45, 55. So we go to this card. So 55. So 55. So Eric Goodbranson, I'm not keeping really stats, but Eric Goodbranson, I'll let him know that's the goal. So Eric Goodbranson gets it. And AS. So let's see here. So Eric Goodbranson, 55. So the first roll, goalie does not get a save here. So Johnson is a 3, is a 6. Nope, that won't go to Johnson. It won't go to Johnson. Then we go to Yarkov. He doesn't get it. 3-2. Marchenko. I'll give it to Marchenko. 2. Marchenko. I'll give it to. Like I said, I'm not keeping stats. So Goodbranson gets the goal. I'll give it to Kent Johnson, Kent Johnson, and Yegor Chinikov for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So they actually get the first goal of this game, and that's at 12:24, and it is a power play goal. So I'll write that here. So power play goal. Branson for Columbus. Branson got a goal, and Johnson and Chinikov on the assist. Arena cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. So a power play goal by Eric Gudbranson. Sooner or later, you get caught with the power play, and Gudbranson actually will come up with it. So it's a 1-0 Blue Jackets lead on the Panthers. And we're going to go bring up a new line here. So the power play is over. So they're going to bring on Lomberg, Roosterinen. They're going to bring on Lomberg and left wing, Cousins. Lomberg and left wing, Cousins and right. And we'll have Rodriguez in the center. They haven't played yet this period. And they will bring on Nicola. Actually, they'll come out there. So we're going to go with Montour and Forsling. And power new line for the Jackets. They will go with Voronkov. We'll go with Voronkov, Tessier, and Corrali. And Columbus will get. They had Gudbranson and Eric Gudbranson got the goal. He had 6 goals in 23-24 for the Jackets. And they will go with they're going to go with Pavarov and Malinsky. So 1-0 Jackets. They finally get a goal in there. Stolarz just couldn't make the play there. So 1-0, and still approaching the midway point of the second period. So 1-0 favor of the Blue Jackets. Rodriguez and Corrali will now go ahead and face off here. And let's see what happens. See if my Panthers can get it back. 4-12, and that is off to the center. Rodriguez will have it. And that is a 6-5, and that is a 14. Yeah, that's going to be an automatic shot. Rodriguez will have a chance, a 1-9-1. Nope, that'll be saved by Greaves. And let's see, Provorov does have a blocker, 1-9-1, 4-5, and that is given to right defenseman Marinsky. So he has it. We'll keep the lines on the board for the period, for that set. So 5-8, and that is an 11, and that's 5-6, 5-6. That's going to be good for Marinsky. He's going to have it. 1-8-3 shot. Nope, 3-10. Stolarz will get that. And 4-6, and that is right defenseman to Montour. So Montour takes it. And 4-8, and that is a shot. That is a shot and rebound. Montour is a 1-7. That's going to be a rebound shot. 3 that goes center. I got to roll to see if it's cleared. I keep on forgetting it's cleared. 5-10. That's not going to be cleared with an 8. That's not going to be cleared. No screen. So actually, Cousins does have a screen on there. 4-10, and that's not going to be cleared. That's still going to be. That's going to be a rebound. That's going to go to center. So Rodriguez is going to have a rebound shot. He's a 1-9-1, and nope, that'll be a save by Greaves, and that will be a face-off. So Jet Greaves makes another big save. Save percentage, Jet Greaves, a .908%. He's off to a good start here in this game against the Panthers. 1-0 in favor of the Jackets. Face-off in the defensive zone. Rodriguez and Corrali. 2-5, and that is right defenseman. That goes to Provorov. Keep on throwing dice away as usual. So 2-9. 2-9 is a 6. And 3-4-7. Nope, that's going to be taken away by left defenseman Gustav Forsling. Forsling a 5-5, and that's a shot and a rebound. 1-9-1. 1-9-1. That is a 4. There is a B, but that 4, the one blocker is a 3. So 6-4. That's going to be out of range anyway. So 6-4 5-2 rebound. Let's see if they clear. 5-3 is an 8-4-12 screen. Screen -1 die, and that is a 2. Screen -1 die. So that's actually a 5-4. That's going to be, see if he gets it. Then that's going to be 4-4. That's going to be a rebound shot for Rodriguez. Rodriguez will get another crack at it. And that's a 5-4-5. That's going to be out of range and a face-off. And that'll end it at 10-24. So far, the Panthers are getting a little bit frustrated here with Jet Greaves down 1-0 to the Blue Jackets. And at 10:24 left to play in the second period. Rodriguez and Corrali. It's a face-off. I think they'll make a change. So they'll make the change now. So the Panthers will bring on, let's see, they'll go with Bennett, Verhage, and they'll go with Lindell. And they'll go to the next line. So they'll go with Mikola and Ekblad. Ekblad might as well make the change now. And for the Blue Jackets, they will go with Marchenko. Bring on their front line, Sillinger. And Goudreau. They'll bring on their second line. And it will go with Bean and Gudbranson. Gudbranson already has a goal for the Jackets in this game. All right. So face off in the defensive zone. Bennett against Sillinger. 5-5, and that is center. That's won by Sillinger. He actually has it. So we'll see what he does. 3-7, and 3-7 is a 10. He is a center, so left and right. So 4-7. That's going to be good for Sillinger. Sillinger's going to have a shot. Sillinger 1-12-1. Nope, that'll be saved by Stolarz. And 6-10 is off to the right defenseman. That goes to Gudbranson. So Columbus's right defenseman has it. Gudbranson a 1-10 defensive 6. That's not going to get past Ekblad and Mikola, and that will be taken by Mikola. Mikola's got it. And 1-5 from Mikola, and that is a 2. That's not getting through these guys, so that's going to be a 5, and that'll be taken by Marchenko. A 6-8, and that is a shot and a rebound. Marchenko a 2-6-1. Nope, that'll go to the right defenseman if it can't clear it. So 3-2. 2 is a 5. That is a 5. So a 3-7-3, they clear it. They don't. So that's going to be to the right. That's going to be rebounded to the right defenseman, Jake Bean. So Bean has a shot, 1-8-3, and that is a 4-5. That's going to be a miss. And Stolarz 1-8. And that is another rebound, but you only have 2 rebounds, so that's going to be a face-off. So Stolarz will hold on. So actually, the Blue Jackets are actually getting a lot more shots, I think, than the Panthers are in this game. A lot more shots than the Panthers, and yet the Blue Jackets have a 1-0 lead here in the second period, now halfway through it. So Sam Bennett and Cole Sillinger will face off at the ice in the defensive zone. And 6-11, that is right defenseman taken by Mikola. And 1-7, PF3. Let's see, PF3, passive greater than 4 checker arrows, and it is. That's going to be a nice pass to Bennett. Bennett has it. Bennett 4-7, and that is a 9 for Bennett, and it is for center. That is left defense, right defense. So 2-4-6, because Sillinger's brought down to that. And Bennett's going to have a shot. So Bennett's going to have a shot, 2-6-2. And that's on net. Sam Bennett has a shot on Greaves. Greaves has a chance. Bennett's coming in there. Greaves is right here. Here comes the defense. Here comes the play. It is a 6-9, and it is a save by Jet Greaves. A 6-9's an F. It's a face-off. What a play by Jet Greaves. Arena cheers. Yay! Sam Bennett had a good shot on Greaves, but he makes it. And that's a great save. A 6-9 is a capital F, and that is a frozen puck. It was an in-range shot, but the capital F is just a face-off. It's frozen. And what a shot Bennett had a chance, but Greaves makes the save. So we'll see another line change here as the Panthers will go to, let's see, they will go to their main. They're going to go to, they'll go to Luosterainen, Stenlund, and Lorentz. And they have Ekblad and Mikkola. They're going to go to OEL and Balinskis and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So save at the Blue Jacket zone. So this was what? The Lorentz, that was the third line. Yeah, so they will go Lane, Tessier, and Line. So Line, Tessier, and Tessier here, and Corrali, and they will go with, they'll go to their third line as well. They'll go with Jurasek and Blankenberg. Sam Bennett had a heck of a chance on Greaves, but Greaves makes a terrific save. Still 1-0. Face-off in the Blue Jacket zone. Kevin Stenlund against Corrali. 4-5 right defense. That is Panther right defense. OEL's got it. And 3-6, and that is a 1. I ain't going to do anything against. I'm going to do anything. 1, actually, in the ad, actually, you're in the defensive zone, actually. That is a 1. So that becomes a +2. That becomes a 3. But that's not going to beat. That's not going to beat that. That's going to be taken by left defenseman David Jurasek. Jurasek will get that. And 4-2-9 P4 P4 passive greater than intimidation bars. That's going to be a pass. That goes to Corrali. And 3-9 Corrali. That is an @ sign, and that is shot if total pass greater than the die, and that is a 6. And no, that is not a chance. That's greater than the red die. That is not going to do it. That's going to be taken away by the right wing Lorentz. So Lorentz will take it. Roll 3-5. 3-5 for Lorentz. That is a shot and a rebound. Lorentz a 1-6. It's not going to get there. And do they clear? 3 is a 2-7-3. They do clear. And that is a 2. They do clear, and that goes to the left defenseman, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So they do clear out, so no rebound on Jet Greaves. So OEL has it now. And 4-7. And 4-7 for Ekman-Larsson is a 4. Is a 4, and there's 1-3-5. That's gonna be taken away. That's going to go to left wing Patrick Line. So Line has it. And a 5-6. 5-6 is a 5. And Line is going to have a chance there, I think, for a shot. 1-2-4. Line is going to have a chance here. Line is going to have a shot. 2-8 for Line. Nope, that'll be saved by Stolars. And 5, and then a 5-9. And that goes to Stenlund in the center. We will have a line change. So Balinskis and Larson come off. They'll go with Forsling and Montour. Panthers will go to the first line. So go to the first line. So Kachuk, Barkov will come under Stenlund, and Reinhardt will come on the line there. For Columbus, we'll go Goudreau, we'll go Sillinger, Goudreau, and Marchenko. Marchenko and right. And they'll bring on their top line defenses, which is Werenski and Provorov. So Stenlund with the puck. And that is a 2-5 for Stenlund. And that is a PPS. That's going to be intercepted. It's going to be intercepted by the right wing Marchenko. Stenlund is now off. Barkov is now on there. So now we go to 5:36. Marchenko with it. And that is a 4-6. And 4-6 is a shot and rebound. Marchenko is a 2-6-1. And that's going to be on goal. That's a shot on Stolarz. 2-6-1 is a shot by Marchenko. That's on Stolarz. Stolarz got to come up again with a big save. 2-12. And that is going to be RDG. And that's not going to be a rebound. That's going to be a goal. Kirill Marchenko gets a goal for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they now lead 2-0. 2-6-1 in range and a 2-12 is an RDG. But if it's an in-range shot, that is an RDG is a goal. Arena cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. That's at 5:12 in the second period. Blue Jackets, a 2-0 lead here against my Panthers. Marchenko gets the goal. I'll give the assist to Goudreau for that. So I'll give it to Marchenko. And I'll give the assist to Goudreau. I'm not keeping stats. So I'm just going to give the assist to the next rated player. So 2-0 here in favor of the Jackets. My Panthers not able to figure anything out here. Probably I'm wondering if I'm playing the game right, but I think I am. Maybe minus a couple of bad rules. So Marchenko comes away with the goal, and Barkov and Sillinger. Now it is 2-0 in favor of the Blue Jackets. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to go. So Anthony Stolarz having a tough time here for the Panthers. And we're at 5:12 in the second period. So 2-0 Jackets. And we'll have a face-off between Sasha and Sillinger. And 6-7. And that is left defense. That's Montour. So Montour will take it. 1-5. That's a 6. And that's not going to beat those guys. That's going to be 2. And that's going to left defenseman Werenski. So Werenski's got it for the Jackets. 5-3. Home 2S. Okay, forget the S. It's home 2. He is at home, but he's not going to beat that. He's not going to beat the defense. And that'll be taken by Forsling. Forsling with it. 5-4. PF2. Pass better than the four checkers, and that is the four checker lines. They actually got 2 here, don't they? That's a 2-on-2. I forget what the cross stood for. Intimidation. They got 2 4. They got the cross. I know means the 4 checkers. I know that. There's a PF2, and it's a 2 greater than or equal to 4 checker arrows. 4 checker arrows. If it's greater than, it is equal to. So that's going to be a pass. So that pass goes to the right wing, Sam Reinhart. So Reinhart has it. And 4-8. And that is a P3. And that is a pass of greater than intimidation bars. It is. That's a good pass. That will go to the center, Barkov. Barkov have it. 4 minutes left in the period. We'll do a line change in a second. Barkov will take it, have it 4-4, and that is a 13. That will beat anybody. Barkov's going to have a shot on goal. Sasha 2-6-5. Nope, they can't get anybody in there. Greaves will make that one. Greaves will get that one. So, and 6-9, and that's a face-off. And so Barkov can't get anything on Greaves. Greaves is just up pitching a shutout here. And we will have a line change. So Panthers will go to the second line for Hagee, Bennett, and Lundell. And they'll bring on Ekblad and Mikkola. And Columbus will go to the next line. We'll go Shinikov. We'll go Chinikov, Fantilli, and Danforth. We'll go with our second line, Branson and Bean. You have a B for block. Okay. So face off in the Blue Jackets zone. 4 minutes left to play in the second. 2-0 favor of the Blue Jackets. Believe it or not. So face off between Bennett and Fantilli. And that is a 4-12. And that goes to the center, Fantilli. So he has it. And 4-5. And let's see, 4-5. That is a 6. And he's center. So 3-7. Nope, that won't do it. That's going to get taken by Bennett. Bennett will have the puck. 1-5. That is a 14. That's easy. That's going to be an automatic shot. That's going to be Bennett's going to have a shot on. Have a shot. Bennett of 2-6-2. Nope. Can't get anything on net. Greaves will get that. And 5-4. And that goes back to Bennett. Bennett has it again. And 4-7. And that is a 9. That's still going to beat everybody. So Bennett again will have a shot. 2-6-2. Nope. Can't get it. That's 4-7. That's wide of the net, I think. 1-5. And that goes to left defenseman Jake Bean. So everything's wide of the net here. Panthers can't really. Sam Bennett had the only one really on goal. Bean has it. 5-10. And that is going to be icing. So 2:24 left to play. And we'll do a final line change for the period. And the Panthers will go with. They'll go with. Lomberg, we'll go with, it's a final line change, so they'll go to the top line. So they had their rest. They have to have at least three times of rest, which they did. So Kachuk will get back on there, so will Barkov, so will Reinhardt. And they'll go with their top line, which will be Forsling and Montour. Same goes for Columbus. We'll go Goudreau, Marchenko, and Sillinger. And they'll bring out Provorov and Werenski. And this will be the final line change of the period. It is icing, so it is in the defensive zone. So I hope you guys are enjoying this, the guys that are here for this. I don't have many people watching, I guess. I understand. I guess hockey is not everybody's thing. But I'm glad for people that are here. Thank you very much. So Barkov and Sillinger in the Columbus zone, and 6'10", and that is right defenseman, and that is Forsling. So the Panthers actually get it first, and that is a 5-5, and that is a shot and a rebound. Forsling 191. Nope. We'll see where that goes. That is, they clear 5-3-8, 5-3. Let's see, that's an 8. That is 4-12. And yeah, they'll clear it. And that goes 1. So that's a rebound back to the right wing, Sam Reinhart. So Reinhart will get it. So it's cleared by Werenski and Provorov. Reinhart will have it. 1-9, and that's a D5 defenseman line. That's not going to win that against Provorov and Werenski, two pretty good defensemen for the Blue Jackets. And that's going to get taken by Werenski. So Werenski will get that. And a 3-8. And a 3-8 is a 9 for Werenski. So it is 3-6-8. That's actually going to be a shot. It's a nice shot of greater than team defense. So right wing, right defense, and center. So 3-6-8. He's a 9. That's going to be a shot for Werenski. He's a 1-8-3. And that is a 1-8-1. That is a chance for Werenski. Puck is on net for Stolarz. Can Stolarz come through here? Please. 3-10, and that's a face-off. He makes the save. He will make the face-off. And that's an F?1. And I believe that is the question mark. I know is an injury, but I'm not gonna call. That's a save. He does make the face-off. Stolarz makes a great shot by Zach Werenski, but Stolarz finally makes a great save to keep this a 2-0 game. So Zach Werenski had a shot on goal. Stolarz will stay there, and we'll have a face-off in the Panthers zone. 2-0 favor of the Blue Jackets. Second period, closing minutes of the second period. So it'll be a face-off between Barkov and Sillinger in the defensive zone. And 2-7, and that is left defense. That's Provorov. Provorov gets it. And 6-6, and that is home. And that is just H. So it's a shot at home. He is at home. That's a 1-7 for Provorov. He ain't making that one. That'll be a save on Stolarz. And 4-7, and that goes to right defenseman Werenski. So he's got it. Final minute. 1 minute remaining in the second period. So Werenski will have that. 2-11, and that is a pass. That goes to the right defenseman. He is the right defenseman. He will keep it himself. 3-5. And that is defenseman 7. That's not going to beat Montour or Forsling. That's going to get taken by Reinhart. Final section of the period, 24 seconds. Reinhart's got it. 6-4, pass P1. P1, greater intimidation bars. It is. That's going to be a good pass to the center, Barkov. Final chance for Barkov. Barkov's got it. 6-4, and he ices it. And that's the end of the period. 2-0 Blue Jackets. Goals by Goodbranson and Marchenko for the Blue Jackets in a game where the Panthers historically won it 5-2. Not getting it done tonight so far. And I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I certainly am. And at the end of 2-0 in favor of the Blue Jackets, Jet Greaves pitching a shutout. I'll be right back. So we're going into the third period here. In the game, I kind of expected my Panthers to win, but doesn't look like it at the moment. 2-0 lead for the Columbus Blue Jackets over the Panthers. They're going to keep the same lines on the board for this period. It is third period, so now I'm probably not going to utilize the third lines. So I'm going to deactivate the third lines unless they need it. So Lomberg, Rodriguez, and Cousins are probably going to, well, we'll see what happens. They probably may not use the lines, but we'll find out. So third period, 2-0 Blue Jackets. Columbus had a power play goal by Goodbranson. Johnson and Chirnikov on the assist. Marchenko got the other goal, and Goudreau on the assist. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. For the ones that are still in the chat for me today, I would like to let you know I am on vacation this week. I do not work the entire week. Since it was my birthday, I thought I'd take the week off. So I do not go back to work until after Memorial Day. So I'm going to do some more unboxing. I'm going to do some other stuff too shortly this week, since it is a week. So pretty much Zakorich joins us here at Nationwide Arena. So hopefully you guys will. I'm going to do some other stuff here as well throughout this week. I'll do streams at various points of the day, just if I feel like it. But I will make sure if everybody else is, doing anything. So third period action, the Blue Jackets over my Stanley Cup champions from last year, 2-0 Blue Jackets. The Panthers did win all three games against the Blue Jackets last year, but we'll see what happens here. So Sasha Barkov and Cole Sillinger will face off at center ice to start the third. Anthony Stolar has given up a couple of goals. He did make a very good save here. So let's see what happens. So 1-7, and that will go to the right wing. That will go to Marchenko. He starts. And 5-7 for him. And that's a 13. And yeah, that's going to be a shot for Marchenko. 2-6-1. That'll be a save by Stolars. And a 1-5 goes to the right wing. Marchenko goes right back to him. So Marchenko will pick it up again. 6-10. And that is H7. Home 7. He is at home, but that 7 is not going to beat 3-6-8. So that will be taken away by the center, Sasha Barkov. Sasha, 6-8. And that is a shot and a rebound. Barkov, 2-6-5. And, dang, 2-7-3. 2-7-3. So a shot. So a shot's going to be a save by Jet Greaves. 2-7-3. Do they clear? 5 + 3 is 8. 5 + 3 is 8. A 4-12, they'll clear it. And 4-7, they will clear it. And that's going to go to left wing. That's going to go to left wing. That's going to go to left wing. That's going to go to Johnny. That's going to go to Johnny Goudreau. So he gets it. So Johnny Goudreau has it now for the Jackets. 1-8. And that's a shot and a rebound. Goudreau 1-10-4. Nope. Stolars, do they clear? 4. But they clear. They have an 8 as well. That's a 6. They do not clear. That is a 2. That's going to be a rebound to Werenski for Columbus. He takes a shot, 6-3, and that's going to be way out of there. And that's going to be saved by Stolars at 18-24. So Stolars has to make a couple of shots there. Thank you, Miss Barbara. And so we have so I have 18-24, and we'll do the line change now. I like doing the line changes when they're close, especially if there's a thing right on a stoppage and play. So they'll go with Bennett, Verhaeghe, and Kachuk. And they'll go defense. They'll go Mikola and Ekblad. And for Columbus, it will go Chirnikov, and we'll go Chirnikov, Fantilli and Danforth. And then we'll go for defense. We'll go Goodbranson and Bean. So a face-off in the defensive zone between Bennett and Fantilli, as this line will go ahead and play until 16 minutes left. So in the defensive zone, 5'9", and that is right wing. That goes to Tkachuk. He will win that. Tkachuk's got it, 6'9", and that is a shot. That is a star. That's an automatic shot on goal for him. Tkachuk coming in on Greaves is a 2-3-5. Nope, can't get the shot. That's going to be a save by Jet Greaves. And that's going to be a 3-10. And that is right wing. And that goes to the right wing. That goes to Chinikov. So nobody can get in range. Only had one really shot on range here. So Chinikov got it. I keep on throwing dice everywhere here. So 3-6, and he ices it. So Chinikov ices it. We'll go to Columbus's zone. Bennett and Fantilli, 4-7, and left wing. That goes to Verhaeghe. And 2-5, and that is a 6. That's going to be easy play for. That's going to be a shot for Carter Verhaeghe. So Carter Verhaeghe's got it coming in on net. Going in on Greaves is a 2-8-1. That's a 2-9-3. That's going to be a save by Jet Greaves, 1-4. And that's going to be a face-off. So another a good shot by Carter Verhaeghe, but Jet Greaves makes a big save there. Still 2-0 Blue Jackets. Just can't get it past Greaves. Just not getting shots on goal here. Remember, these are the actual roster, so a couple of players that are on the Panthers in this game. So there are a few players the Panthers are missing here, but same thing with the Blue Jackets. But it doesn't matter; it's 2-0. So face off between Bennett and Fantilli in the defensive zone, 2-5, and that's right defenseman that goes to Bean. Columbus, a 5-10, and that's going to be iced. He'll ice that puck again. So once again, a face-off in Columbus zone. Bennett and Fantilli, 3-4, and that is right. And that is going to be that's going to be right defenseman. There's no A there, so right defenseman. So Jake Bean will get that as well. And 5-5, and that's going to be intercepted. That'll be by Bennett. Bennett will take that. Bennett has it for Verhaeghe and Tkachuk moving up the ice. 4-7, and that is going to be a 9, and that'll easily beat the defense. So Bennett has a shot chance. 2-6-2. He can't get anything. Nobody doing anything here. Dice don't like me tonight. Greaves 1-5, and that goes to the left defenseman, Eric Goodbranson. So we'll have a line change here as nobody can get anything going for the Panthers at all. We'll do Lorentz. We'll do Luosterainen and Stenlund. We'll bring on a third line. And Florida will go with Balenskis and OEL. And for the Jackets will go with, let's see, they'll go with line A. Line A, Corrali and Tessier. And they'll bring on their third line, Jurasek and Blankenberg. So Blankenberg will come on here. Jurasek will go underneath Branson as he has the puck. And we play on. Branskin has it. And that is a 1-9. And that is a PF1. So a pass against 1-4 checker. They don't have that. That's going to be a good pass. That's going to be a pass to Corrali. Corrali will get it. Jurasek on board. We go to 15:36. Corrali has it. And 5-6. And that is, if he's home, it's a shot. And it is. Corrali, a 2-5-1. That's on net. Stolarz is again Sean Corrali, a great pass there by Goodbranson to Corrali is on Stolarz. Shot is on net, 3-4, and saved by Stolarz. Stolarz makes a big save. It's an F. That is a frozen puck. It is a face-off. Stolarz makes another save, keeping this 2-0 in favor of the Blue Jackets. And we'll have a face-off in the defensive zone between Stenlin and Corrali. 15-12 left to play. Geez, Blue Jackets getting chances. Panthers are not. But you can tell the difference between, you see, when you play, you can tell the difference, all right, between Hockey Bones and Stratomatic. As I said, and when I play Hockey Bones, I get a sense of defense. I actually get a sense of defense. In Stratomatic, I don't see defense. I see defense when I play Hockey Bones. This is definitely a game where you can actually see defense at work. You don't see that in Stratomatic. I just don't think you do. So Stenlin and Corrali will face off in the Panther zone. 1-2, and that goes to right defense. It goes to right defense, Oliver Ekman-Larsson for the Panthers. And 4-5, and that's a shot and a rebound. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 1-10-2. There'll be a chance for Greaves. And let's see what that is. That is going to be that's a 3. Do they clear? No, they don't clear. They do not clear, so that is not going to be clear. That's going to be a left wing. It's going to be a shot for Steven Lorentz on the rebound. Lorentz is a 1-6. He's not going to get that. And Jet Greaves will make the stop for the second shot. So Steven Lorentz had a chance, but Greaves will hold on to the puck. And we'll have a face-off now in Columbus territory. Stenlin and Corrali. 1-11 center. That goes to Corrali. He wins that. And 2-5. And that's defense 8. Yeah, that'll easily be Balinskis and Larson. So Corrali's going to have a shot. 2-5-1. That's not on net. Stolarz will go ahead and take care of that. That's a 1-9. That goes to the right wing, Luosterainen. Luosterainen will take it. Back up the ice. 2-0 Blue Jackets. And let's see here. 4-7. Luosterainen PPS. That's going to be intercepted. And that's going to go to the left wing, Tessier. 14 minutes left. Time for line change. Panthers are going to go with their fourth line. So they're going to go with Rodriguez, Cousins, and Lomberg. Ryan Lomberg. And they'll go with their first line on defense. And that will be Montour and Forsling. Meanwhile, let's see. For them, they'll go Voronkov and Johnson. So Bemstrom forward. Voronkov is the left wing. He'll take over after Tessier gives up the puck. Johnson center. And then Goodbranson will go with their first line. And it will be Werenski and Provorov. Tessier with the puck. And that is a 3-12. That is a P4. That is a P4, passive greater than intimidation bars. They only have 2 intimidation bars. That's going to be a good pass. And that's going to go to the left wing. He is the left wing. So he still keeps the puck. 6'10", and that is a 6. And let's see, 1, 3, 1, 4. Rodriguez becomes a 2. That's going to be a shot for Tessier. So Tessier is still on the ice. He's going to get a shot here. 2-6-2. Nope, that'll be a save by Stolarz. Tessier comes off. That's going to be a shot for Stolarz, and that's going to be a 4-5, and that's left defenseman. That's going to go to Forsling. So Forsling will get that. Panthers bring it back, and that is 212. And that's going to be a penalty on Forsling. It's a delayed penalty call. So Greaves leaves the ice, and on will come Marchenko. So Greaves leaves the ice, and that is a 2. And we're going to give that's going to go to the left wing of Voronkov. So Voronkov, delayed penalty, 1-4, and that is a 6. And that is 3, 1, 4, 6. That's going to be a shot for Voronkov in a delayed penalty, 2-6. I think is it they use the power play, or does it use on a delayed penalty? They use the power play one or the normal shot? Let's see here. Delayed penalty. Let's click here. Delayed penalty. Shot and go result. So normally the sections 10 or 11. So is it normal, or is it becomes a power play? I'm going to say no. I think it's a normal shot. I'm going to say it's normal. So a 2.65 for Voronkov. Nope, that'll be a save. That'll be a save, 5-9, and that'll go to Rodriguez, and that will do it. So another penalty on the Panthers. So the Blue Jackets are going to go on the power play again. I think it's their 5th power play in this game already. 2-0 Blue Jackets on the Panthers. So we're going to have a face-off here. Panthers are going to make a play. So penalty killer, they're going to take these guys off. So they're going to go Luosterainen, Stenland. They're going to go Luosterainen and Stenland. They'll use penalty killer 1. So Luosterainen and Stenland. And then they're going to go with Mikkola. Mikkola and OEL. Mikkola and Ekblad, actually. Mikkola and Ekblad. And then power play unit for Columbus. They'll go Line, Fantilli, Goudreau. Fantilli. Fantilli, Goudreau, and they will also they've got Werenski and Provorov. We're going to take them off because they're going to go above. They will go Branson and Bean. So another 5-on-4 penalty here for the Blue Jackets. Panthers cannot stay out of the penalty box. So 2-0 here. Stolarz is only giving up 2 goals, but the Panthers can't generate any offense at all. So face off in the offensive zone between Fantilli and they'll go Luosterainen. So 3-4, and that's right defenseman. That will go to Bean. So Bean will have it to start the power play. And 2-5, that is a 2. They're in the defensive zones. That becomes a +2 is a 4, +1 power play as a 5. But even that 5. So 5, so 2, 6, 9, 10, and Panthers 5. That's going to be a shot. So power play shot for Bean, 1-8-3. Nope, that'll be saved by Stolarz. 5-4, and it's a face-off. So Stolarz will glove it. Still 2-0 in favor of the Blue Jackets. 12:48 left to play. So we'll have a face-off here in the defensive zone. So Fantilli against Luosterainen. So 3-10, and that is left wing, and that goes to Goudreau. And 1-8, and that is a shot and a rebound. 1-11-4. That's going to be a save. 3 do they clear? 3-2 is a 5. 3-2 is a 5. So 3-7-3. Do they save it? No, they don't. That's going to be a rebound to right defenseman. So Jake Bean has a rebound shot, 183, 2-3, and that's going to be saved as well. So one shot by Goudreau, then by Bean, and that's saved by Stolarz. So still a couple of minutes left in the power play. Luosterainen and Fantilli. So 5-8. And that is center power play. That goes to Fantilli. He will get that. Fantilli's got it. 3-6. And that is a defensive 7. Defensive D7. And shot of greater than left plus right defense. That's going to be greater. That is a 4-3. That left of greater. That's going to be a 7. That's going to be a 2-6-2 for Fantilli. And that is on goal. 2-4-5 shots on Stolarz. Fantilli takes a shot. Shot on Stolarz. That is a 5-6. And he scores! Adam Fantilli. Power play goal for the Jackets. 3-0. Arena cheers. Yay! Section 518 barfs. Yeah. Power play goal by Adam Fantilli. And let's see. We're getting assists. How many assists they get? 4-3. 1 assist. I'll give it to Goudreau again. Goudreau gets a second assist. Adam Fantilli gets a power play goal. Blue Jackets have a 3-0 lead on the Panthers. Johnny Goudreau gets his second assist of the game. It does not look good for my Panthers tonight. Unbelievable. How did this team win the cup last year? How did this team win the cup? Dang. So that's a power play goal for Adam Fantilli. He had 1 power play goal in 2023-24 for Columbus. So wherever you are, Philip Reynolds, I hope you're enjoying this one. And unbelievable. So we're going to have, that ends the power play. So Panthers going to make some moves here. I got to get the top line out there. I got to see if I can do something. So Panthers going to go with their top line, Tkachuk, Barkov, and Reinhart. And Forsling and Montour. Columbus will go ahead and bring on their first line as well. So Goudreau, Sillinger, and Marchenko. Although Goudreau was already on the ice. So we'll go with the second line. We'll go with Laine, Tessier, and Corrali. Laine, Tessier, and Corrali. We'll bring on their line. We'll go with Rensky and Provorov. So Panther defense just not there. 3-0 Blue Jackets. 12 minutes left to play. And we have a face-off between Barkov and Corrali. So 3-0 Blue Jackets. I don't know how in the world this team won the cup last year. Face-off at center ice. 3-6. And that is center to Corrali. He'll get it. 3-12 is icing. Redo it in the Columbus zone. 1-6 is left wing, and that's Tessier. And 4-5 for him is a shot and a rebound. So 2-6-2. And that is a 2-7-2. That just misses. That's going to be a save by Stolarz. Do they clear? 8. And that is 4-12. They don't clear. So I'll take that 1, and that's going to go to the left defenseman, Vorensky. He's going to get a shot. And 3-11, and that is 3-11, that's going to be a save. And Stolarz will make the save there. 3-0 in favor of the Blue Jackets. Unbelievable. Another face-off in the defensive zone, Barkov and Corrali. So 6-9, and that is center. Corrali gets it. And 1-7, and that's also a shot and a rebound. 2-5-1. That's not on net. Stolarz. Do they clear? That's an 8 and 2-8, and they will clear. That goes a 5, and that will go back to Corrali. And they do clear, so no rebound shot. Corrali's got it. 4-8, and that is intercepted by the right wing. Reinhardt's got it. And 4-9 for Reinhardt is says an @ sign. That is shot. The total pass higher than the red die. That's a 6. That's a 3 and a 3-3-6. And that has to be greater than that, right? What was that there? That was a 4-11. 4-9 @ sign. So greater than or equal to. So that is a 6. That's past. That is a shot. That's a pass. Yeah, he got that. He got that. Reinhardt has it. So good pass from Barkov to Kachuk. Reinhardt's going to have a shot here. 3-8-3 for Sam Reinhardt. But he can't get nothing on that either. That's going to be a save by Greaves. And 6-3. And that goes back to Barkov. So back to 10 minutes. And we will have a line change. We will have a line change. So the Panthers will bring on Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Lundell. So Verhaeghe comes up. Bennett will slide under Barkov. Barkov does have the puck. And then Bart and Lundell there. Forsling, Montour is off. Ekblad and Mikkola. Columbus will make their change too. They will bring on their top line. So Goudreau, Sillinger, and Marchenko. And they will also bring on, they'll bring on their second defense, which is Branson and Bean. All right. So Barkov still has the puck, though, but he'll give it up. 10 minutes left to play in the period. Barkov, a 5-7, and that is an 8. And let's see here. 2, 5, 6, 7. That's actually going to be a chance for Barkov. Actually, he's the center, really, right? He's the center, so it's left defense, right defense, really. So it's 2, 4, 6. Barkov's going to have a chance, so he takes a shot on Greaves. 2, 6, 5. That's a shot on goal. So if Barkov gets a shot on Greaves, here comes the shot from Barkov. Barkov gets a good pass. Here comes the shot. And that is a 1-2. And it is scores! Sasha Barkov finally gets the Panthers on the board. At 9:36, that is a CG. But that becomes an in-range shot. That is a goal. And the Panthers at least will not be shut out. It's 3-1. Section 518, cheers. Yay. Sasha Barkov gets a goal just before he comes off the ice. And it is now 3-1. And let's see. What were the assists? How many assists were there? 1, 5. 2 assists. I'll give the assists to, actually, they came off that line. I'll give it to Reinhardt and Kachuk. So Sasha gets a goal, his first. And I'll give it to Kachuk and Reinhardt on the assists. Probably too little, too late, but at least they got them on. Let's go, Leafs. So Sasha Barkov gets the Panthers on the board. It's now 3-1. It might be taking the goalie out of the net at the 4-minute mark. So Sam Bennett and Cole Sillinger will now face off at center ice as finally the Panthers get a goal. And of course, it would be Sasha Barkov. I'm sure Dave Gardner will agree that Sasha Barkov is the best two-way forward in the game. So Sam Bennett and Cole Sillinger will face off at center ice. Now 3-1. We'll see if the Panthers can maybe get another one here. Face off, 4-8. And that is right wing. That goes to Marchenko. Marchenko 6'8". And that's a shot and a rebound. So Marchenko 2-6-1. And that's 2-7. So that's going to be a save by Stolarz. It will be a rebound. 2-5. Did they clear? They have a block, but the 3 was a 1B. Did they clear? Let's see. 2 + 3 is 5. 3, 3-7. That's a 3. Nope. That's going to be a rebound shot for the left wing, Johnny Gaudreau. So Gaudreau will get a rebound shot, and that is a 4-6. And Stolarz will make the save. So a shot by Marchenko, rebound, but Gaudreau gets it, and Stolarz will make a save there. So Bennett and Sillinger. Hope I'm doing okay. I probably butchered a few rules there, Uncle Dave. So Bennett and Sillinger, now 3-1 Blue Jackets. So Stolarz here will go ahead and have a face-off in the defensive zone. Bennett and Sillinger, 2-5 right defenseman. That is Bean for the Jackets. And 1-4 defensive 5, D5. That's not going to beat them. And that's going to go to the center, Sam Bennett. So Bennett gets it. Bennett will go ahead and take it. And that is a 4-7 for Bennett. And that is a 9. He's center. So 2, 4, 6. That's going to be a shot for Bennett. Bennett, a 2-6-2, has a shot for Hagee and Lundell right beside him. Bennett has a chance, takes a shot. 2-6-2. Nope. That'll be a save by Greaves. Greaves will get that. And that is a 4-3. And that goes to their left defenseman, Gudbranson. So Gudbranson's got it for the Jackets. 5-8. And that's going to be intercepted. That's a PPS that's intercepted by Nico Mikkola. And we go to 8 minutes and we'll have a line change. We'll have a line change. They'll bring on Lusterrainen, Stenlund, and Lorentz. And Mikkola and Ekblad come out. They will go with Balenskis and OEL. But of course, Mikkola still has the puck. And Columbus will bring on the line change themselves. And they will go to their fourth line, Voronkov, Johnson, and Benstrom. So Benstrom, Johnson, and Voronkov. Columbus will go with Jurasek and Blankenberg. Mikkola with it. And that is a 6-6. And that is a PF1. And they do have one there. PF1, passive greater than 4 checker arrows. Passive shot, passive number greater than 4 checker arrows. Else interception and shot. Passive number greater than 4 checker arrows. So 6-6, PF1. They do have one. That is an intercept. It says it has to be greater than, not equal. So that's interception and a shot. So that's an interception by the left wing Voronkov, and he has a shot. 2-6-5. That'll be a save by Stolarz. 6-10, and that goes to the right defenseman David Jurasek for the Blue Jackets. Jurasek's got it. 3-7, and that's iced. So face-off in the Jacket zone. 7:12 left to play. Third period. 3-1 Blue Jackets over my Panthers. How did this team win the cup last year, Dave Gardner? How did my team win the cup? Losing 3-1 to the stinking Blue Jackets. How did this team win the cup? These lines were made up by the Action PC game. I may not use that again. I should have made my own lines, just as long as the right players were used. All right, face off in the Blue Jacket zone. Stenlin and Johnson. So 2-6, right wing. That goes to Bemstrom. He'll take it. And 4-8. And that is D6. And 3-6. It is D6. Shot of greater than or equal to left or right defense. And that's going to be a shot. 3-6. That's going to be a shot for Bemstrom. 2-3-2. And that's a 2-8-6. It's going to be a save by Stellars. And 2-7. And that goes to the left defenseman, Mikkola. Time running out here on the Panthers. Mikkola, 5-3. And that is a 5. That is a 5. That's going to be good. Mikkola's going to have a shot. 1-6-5 for Mikkola. That'll be a save by Greaves again. Greaves has been excellent tonight. And 5-7. And that goes to the right defenseman, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. OEL has it. And 4-10. And that is defensive 8. Yeah, all OEL easily beats that. A shot for OEL. 1-10-2. Nope. That'll be a save. That'll actually be wide of the net. Not even close. 6-6. And that'll go back to Greaves, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. 6 minutes left to play in the regulation. 3-1 favor of the Blue Jackets. And the Panthers, with only 3 lines left to choose from. That was the third line. They're going to go to they're going to go back. They're going to go to bring on the first line here. So Barkov, Reinhart, and Kachuk. Actually, Balinskis was actually there, not Mikkola. All right. And they'll bring on the top defense line in Montour, Forsling. And Columbus will go ahead and bring on their first line. Goudreau. So Marchenko, Sillinger, and Goudreau. They'll bring on their top defensemen in Provorov and Werenski. 2 hours, 37 minutes. Jeez. I think because I had to learn a few of the games, I normally can get these games, I really want to try to get this game in under 2 hours, but I can see it's going to take a little time. But then again, I did have a long introduction, though. So 3-1 Blue Jackets, third period, in face-off in the Blue Jacket zone, Barkov and Sillinger. And that is a 2-3, and that's going to go to Barkov. He'll win it and go to right wing, Sam Reinhart. So Reinhart has it, and that is a 4-7. And that is a pass 3. And they got 1-2, but that'll beat that. So that's going to be a good pass. That's going to go, that's right wing. Reinhart will pass it to Kachuk. He'll send it back to Reinhart. So Reinhart actually keeps it. And now 3-11, and that is D5. And that's going to go, that's not going to be good. That's going to be taken away by left defenseman Provorov. So Reinhart tried to penetrate, couldn't do so. Provorov, a 5-12 P5. P5. That's got 3 intimidation bars, but that 5 is going to be good. Provorov pretty good with assists. So Provorov actually makes a good pass. He passes that to Sillinger. And Sillinger, a 6-7 for him, and that is a P4. And that is a P4. That is a good pass. That goes to the left defenseman, back to Provorov. That was the second pass, so I don't think I do the line on that. I don't know if I changed the time. Second pass, 3-7, and that is a pound sign, and that is a face-off as Provorov sends that out of play. So 4:24 left to play in the period, and Do we keep the lines or do we change? We're coming up on the line change anyway. Yeah, they'll make a change. So Barkov, Reinhardt will come out. They'll bring on Verhage, Bennett, and Lindell. Verhage, Bennett, and Lindell. Montour and Forsling are out. We'll go Mikola Ekblad for Columbus. We'll go Chinikov and we'll go Chinikov, Danforth, and Fantilli. We'll go Gudbranson. We'll go Gudbranson and Bean. So 4:24 left to play in the game. 3-1 Blue Jackets. Third period here. So we have a face-off in the Blue Jacket zone. Sam Bennett against Adam Fantilli. That's a 6-6, and that is right winged by the Panthers. That's won by Lindell. So Lindell's got it. And 4-9, and that is PPS. That's going to be intercepted. That goes to the left defenseman Bean. And they're going to probably have to take Stellaris maybe coming out of the net here shortly. And then we go to pressure offense. So 4 minutes, we'll wait until 3:12, then he'll come out. So Bean's got it. So 4-8, and that is a penalty. That's going to be a penalty on Jake Bean. Wow, a penalty on him. The Blue Jackets, that would be only the second penalty on the Blue Jackets. Jake Bean gets called for a penalty. He gets called for hooking. Well, and there is nothing else on here, so I don't even have to roll that. So the Panthers are going on the power play. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. So Jake Bean is out for the power play at 3:36 left. Call for the penalty. So let's see what happens. So the Panthers, they're going to keep that line on. Verhage, Bennett, Lindell, Ekblad, Mikola, they'll keep that line. Bean is out, so they will go to penalty kill. They will go to Gudbranson and Provorov for power play. So Provorov and Ravensky for penalty kill. Well, Provorov actually Gudbranson, actually. And penalty kill, they will go Sillinger. They'll go Corrali and Sillinger. So Corrali and Sillinger will be on the penalty kill. As Philip Reynolds finally shows up. This game was for you. It's the only reason why I'm doing a Panther Blue Jacket game, and your Jackets are beating me, and I got 3:36 left to play in the game. So second power play, though, for the Panthers. Jet Greaves has done excellent here for Columbus. 3-1 here in the third, but a power play for the Panthers. They're going to keep this line on there till 1:36. So a power play coming up as Sam Bennett will face off against Cole Sillinger. So power play for a chance. The Panthers try to get 3-2. So 3-6, and that's power play center. That goes to Bennett. So Bennett actually wins the face-off to the power play. So Bennett has it. So 6-7, and that is a D5. That is a D5. Shot number greater than or equal to left and right defense. That is a D5, but that is a 4. 2 + 2 is a 6. That's not going to be a shot. That's going to be intercepted by the center. But there's nobody there. I think he keeps the puck. 55. I think that I keep on forgetting. There's nobody there. I think he keeps the puck. There's nobody there. So he keeps the puck. So Bennett keeps the puck because there's nobody there. So Bennett still has it. So, but he does that does take a tick off the clock. So Bennett has it. Try again. 1-8. And Bennett gets called for a penalty. Bennett gets called for a penalty. A 1-8 is an X, and that's a delayed penalty on the panel on the Panthers. And coming on for the extra attacker is going to be Marchenko. So it's actually 5-on-5, a delayed penalty. And that goes to the right wing, Corrali. And a 2-9, a D6, and that's not gonna do it. That's gonna be taken away by the right defenseman Ekblad, and we got a 4. We're gonna have a 4-on-4. So Bennett gets called for a penalty, and the question is, what kind of penalty is it? 6-8 and 6-8 even. That is an A. Oh, okay. So something interesting on that. 6A, that's an A. That might be coincidental minors, I think. Might be, that's an A. Coincidental 2-minute minor penalties. The player was originally assessed a penalty, plus the player for the opposing team is each removed for time sequences. Both teams will play a man short during this time. See, 14.3 for retaliation. It's going to be a coincidental minor. On the game board. So I got to check the retaliation chart, which I do have one here someplace. So we'll check the retaliation chart. So it's going to be coincidental minors. Is what this is going to be. How about that? So consult the minor retaliation factors on the penalized team. So Werenski's a 1, Corrali's a 10. I'm going to give it to Corrali. So Corrali's going to be out too. So Corrali's going to be out, as well as both Bennett and Corrali are out. So it's going to be coincidental minors. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 until 48. And then the Blue Jackets are going to have a 2-second chance power play at 136. That's whack. That is whack. So Bennett and Corrali are out. So it's going to be a 4-on. So it's going to be a 4, or is it a 4-on-3? Because it was already a penalty. It was already a power play. So what if it's already a power play? That's new. Does that become a 4-on-3 and then a 4-on-4? Check. Sorry, guys. Just right here. Both teams will play a man short during this time. So it's actually a 4-on-3, isn't it? It's a 4-on-3. It's a 4-on-3. Okay. So Sillinger will move into the zone here, and we'll keep it as it is. So it's a 4-on-3. Okay. 4-on-3 until 136. Then it becomes a 4-on, but then so it becomes a 4-on-3. It's a 4-on-3 for 4-minute time sequences. Then it becomes a 4-on-4. I don't know how you work on that. Okay, 4-on-3. Whatever. It's exhibition game. So 4-on-3. So Cole Sillinger and Carter Verhaeghe will now face off at the Florida defensive zone. So 4-5, and that is right defense. Right defenseman. That's Ekblad, actually. So actually he gets the puck. 4-on-3 here. So 4-on-3 and 4-7, and that is a P4. That is a P4, and it's passive greater than intimidation bars, and it is. That's a pass by Ekblad, and he will make that pass to the left wing. Carter Verhaeghe, 2:24 left. So Verhaeghe has it, and 6-5, and that is a 5. As a 5, so 4, 8, 10. Well, penalty kill 3, that becomes a 4. That's going to be a shot for Verhaeghe. So they're still on the power play. So 2-9. That is a 2-11. Nope, that's going to be a save by Greaves. Saved by Greaves, 3-7, and that's a face-off. So 2 minutes left to play, and we're going to get a change here. So it's a 4-on-3, at least for one more time sequence. So Panthers are going to bring on the top line. So Barkov. So Nate. Oh, good to see you there, Nate. Welcome to the network. Kind of late. I'm kind of late in the game. 3 hours I've been doing this stream. Way too long. Way too long. I have to try to slow it down. So it's a 4-on-3. So Barkov will come on, and then Reinhardt will take over, and then Tkachuk will come on the ice at the end. Panthers will bring on Montour and Forsling. And Sillinger will come off for Columbus. And they will go with, actually, no, they'll go with, they're going to go with Chinikov in center. And Gabranski and Rinsky come out. So they'll go with Provorov. And we'll go with Bean. I'm glad to have you here, Mr. Nate. Welcome there, sir. So it's still a 4-on-3, at least for one more time sequence. And it's 3-1 Blue Jackets here. This game was played December 10th. This is the only game. I'm only doing this for Philip Reynolds. So, Philip, I finally went ahead and gave you your game. And it looks like your team's going to win. So Barkov will go up against Chinikov here. It'll become a 4-on-4 for two time sequences and a power play. So 2-10, and that's center. That goes to Chinikov. So Blue Jackets win it. And 6-7, and that is a 12. And that is a 12, and that is 3. That's a 12, so 5, 8, 8, 15. 8-15. That is a 12. And I think it's a shorthanded shot at greater than team defense. It's not. 12, yeah. He's got 4. So it's the power play team, left end, right defense plus 2. So 5-3. No, that's going to be a shot. So Yegor Chinikov is going to go ahead and get a shot. Shorthanded, 1-3, not a chance. So Lars will get that. And 3-10, and that's a face-off. So Lars makes the face-off, and that power play is done. So now Columbus goes back. Now it's a 4-on-4 for 2. So you got Chinikov, and now they will bring on Danforth. So now it's a 4-on-4 for two time sequences. And I think the Panthers are going to just concede this game. So face off in the Panther zone, Barkov and Danforth. So 2-3, and that's right wing. That's Danforth for the Blue Jackets. 4-on-4, 3-2, home 2. No, he's not getting through that. That's going to be taken by left defenseman Gustav Forsling. Forsling has it. And 3-10, and that is PF2 against 2 forecheckers. One, it's going to be higher than that. It's going to be a pass to the left wing, Barkov. And now the Blue Jackets are on the quick power play. So Danforth and Chinikov, and I'll bring in Fantilli. So now the Blue Jackets on the power play for the last 2. But Barkov has a chance. See what he does, 4-10. And that is a P2 pass. And against P2 pass, he's a shorthanded team that's automatically intercepted by the left defenseman, Jake Bean. And Bean's got it. And that is a 4. That's a 4-11. And that is a P3. And that's actually going to be a good pass to the right wing, Chinikov. And I'll let Chinikov have a final roll. 1-7. And that is a shot and a rebound. 2-8. 2-4. Wow. That's going to be a shot on net against Stolars. Final shot of the game. That's on net. Stolars in the net. Here comes the shot. Whack. And 1-11. And he scores. Final play of the game. Yegor Chinikov scores a goal, an in-your-face goal by the Blue Jackets. And it's a 4-1 Blue Jacket win. Arena cheers. Yay! Section 518 barfs. Yeah. I'll allow that to happen. Yegor Chinikov gets a last-second goal. Stolars could not make the save. And I'll give the assist to Fantilli. Chinikov had 1 assist. He now has a goal. Fantilli I'll give the assist to him. And he has 1 assist. And that is it. This game is done. Blue Jackets beat the Panthers 4-1. How did my Panthers win the cup last year? This team stinks. This team stinks. How did I win the cup? Well, it took 3 hours to do this stream. Way too darn long. I'm going to have to try to find different ways to shorten it. So I'll have to see what happens. I'll have to see what happens if I try to get this game. See if I can shorten it. 3 hours is way too long for this, so I gotta definitely shorten it. I'll have to find out some way to shorten it. Anyway, that's it. 3 hours. Blue Jackets beat my Panthers 4-1. This game is for Philip Reynolds. I'm pretty sure he's going to like this. He's going to save it. He's going to love it as his 2023-24 Columbus Blue Jackets, one of the worst teams in the NHL last year, beat my Panthers 4-1 in hockey bones. I'm pretty sure that Philip Reynolds is going to save this game forever. I'm pretty sure. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the X-ray machines. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. I'm sorry this game was so long. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and I'll see you guys next time. My Florida Panthers, Stanley Cup champions last year, go to Nationwide Arena and get destroyed by the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-1. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time.